that is where we'll begin. You guys have just finished that. It is the 13th of December, and there actually are a few news blasts that have come to you.
Come to us here, and we're still in the graveyard
Middle of
system.
nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
And the only way for you to have gotten that news is if there is a ship that has come into Muran with that news.
Gotcha.
So they would be in the same region as us?
No, they don't have to be in the same region. They just have to reach the refueling station.
Oh, hey, did we ever find out if we could hack that?
You didn't, but I did.
You guys want to find out if we can hack that?
I'm always up for a hacking challenge.
Well, that's Nemesis' job to figure out, so.
Yeah, but I wouldn't really. I thought of doing it myself.
I thought I told you to do it.
Oh, okay. Then yes, I will do it. I will take it on for the challenge. I don't know if it's a good idea.
Well, you got to set up your system-wide VR game server somewhere, right?
Just set up a homebrew server here, using the station as the computer.
Yep.
I don't know if that would really work, but I like the idea.
All right. You guys wanted to listen to those news things, or was in the interest of time, posting them to Discord sufficient for now?
Yeah, either one works. I prefer to listen to them because I think it's cool still.
All right. Well, I'll take that one vote as unanimity.
I'll back it up. I'll second that.
I speak for the crew.
Now, hold on. That's
Yeah,
fine.
you might be captain, but I'm union leadership.
What if
Wait, no, hold on.
obvious-
You're Union?
Yeah, exactly. Uh-huh.
You heard her, boys. She's Union.
Oh wow, she jumped out the airlock on her own.
Well,
Alright, just
Very
seeing what I've already
foldable.
posted. Alright, you guys
Amazing.
have already heard the ones that have been posted to the Artemis Black News Network or section, right?
There we go.
yes.
Have we?
I thought those were the ones that that showed up when we were about to leave the system.
That's right. Those did. More have come in. So while these are playing, let me add more. All right. So first we've got.
Wouldn't those all come in at once? Because if these are the ones
Yes,
you
they
posted
would.
were the ones... Okay. Because we haven't left yet.
Yep.
Did you come up with the name of this one first? Board Bro Begs Big Brawl.
No, I didn't.
No, there were bro jokes the last time around.
Yes, there were.
Oh my god.
All right, plan.
Union released a press brief today, claiming that would-be salvagers ran afoul of unknown dangers in the graveyard. It's called the graveyard for a reason, Union Foreman Zakharov said plainly. Is dangerous, not playground for little star kid. You're not fooling anyone, Union. We all know you just want all those asteroids for yourself. But seriously, salvagers. The graveyard is dangerous. Because of Union. This has been your reminder that the megacorps are trash, presented by James with ABN.
God, the man sounds enthusiastic.
I guess we know our new main source of news.
So Dex, I was gonna be like, there should be like an A in that sentence somewhere, but then I realized that he's probably Russian, and it actually came out pretty good. Is dangerous, not playground for little star kid.
Sadly, I
That's-
couldn't get
that's not
James to
how
do
it
a
works.
Russian accent, but
He just can't be bothered.
he can't be bothered.
Amazing. Amazing.
And some older news that has just reached you because it's from a little bit farther away.
What happens when the most industrious peoples of Artemis Black grow bored because there's not enough work for them to do? And what if those same peoples consider violent conquest to be a suitable replacement for the usual productivity that fills their day with sweat and their life with meaning? That's right, the bro needs something to do that isn't swatting planetary navies like rats from mutton. What is best in life? Indeed. This is Richard, reporting for ABN
See,
from
you should have him read all the news,
XXV.
because with that accent, it's perfectly fine to show no emotion.
Well, I expected. And here we see two of the bros in their natural environment.
War all over the sector. How quaint.
Indeed.
Hey,
My name's Richard.
it
with
was
the
a
BBC.
bitch to get him to actually say "indeed" like that.
This is amazing.
Acting swiftly to prevent what future historians would only describe as a boredom war, several of Lani Era's finest merchants arrived to meet with the Peacekeeping Council of UN. Galactic investors anticipate a flood of goods, consumer and industrial, to come from these negotiations. If successful. If not. If the houses of March are unable to meet bro demands, prepare for the worst. This is Richard, still reporting for ABN from UN, XXV.
Is ABN also first, guys? Yeah, they're both from ABN, right?
They are. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Let's see who's next.
I believe it's the pirate ships.
I believe so. 10-2.
Camiego attracts the worst dregs of society, but a recent swarming of these malcontents has some galactic mandate officials worried about misguided nobility. According to an anonymous source, top intelligence analysts think these pirates may be gathering for a noble cause, to pressure the major corporations into maintaining the peace just a little bit longer. Through the blatant threat and use of violence, of course. This is Clementine with ABN, signing off in Zenthra.
Were the major corporations previously at war?
Oh, there's some extra quotation marks in there. Yeah, the prior to the Raza turning its guns on the megacores, they were at war-ish, both overt and covert, mostly cold. But it was definitely having detrimental effect on the sector at large.
Yes, it was making business hard for the pirates. That's why they don't like it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
How does that apply go? Could you just stay at peace a while longer? It really helps with the plundering.
And this one coming from on XXV again.
This is Richard, eagerly watching events unfold in UNXXV, reporting for ABN. The man. The myth who ended the siege of UN, almost a quarter of a century before, has once again stepped into the bargaining cage. Nearing 50 years old, and still no word of his missing daughter, Cassian Luru is set to speak with the PCU this week. Can the man who wrestled a bro just to be heard when he was in his prime still demand the attention of these Goliaths? Artemis Black sure hopes so.
That's Zoe's dad.
I guessed.
Zoe, you never told us your dad wrestled bros.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, that whole marriage,
you
was
do-
it arranged or?
like what you do in your spare time to, assuage certain urges is none of your business.
That's perfectly fair.
It's kind of badass though.
I don't know. I'm still imagining these guys as frat boys. So
Well, I imagine them as sort of the cross between a frat boy and an orc.
what's that? Time for a keg stand.
Oh dear.
Me and the boys. Anyway.
They're gonna kick some ass, but first they have to oil up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh god. This is going places. I'm gonna play the next one.
Go for it.
In a bold but predictable move, Galactic Mandate has deployed a brigade of ships to investigate and disperse the pirate gathering in Zenthra. Among them, a peacekeeping trade vessel bearing 300 tons of vital water aimed at appeasing any warmongers that may be pulling strings on Camiego. No hostilities are expected, according to Captain Paris of the Derringer, but he cautions that the men and women under his command are prepared for the worst. This is Clementine, still trapped in Zenthra, signing off.
Still trapped.
I'd like to point out that bold but predictable is kind of contradiction there.
Not really. You can absolutely make a predictable move of charging a rhinoceros. It's predictable if that's the thing that you always do. And it's still bold. And stupid, but still bold. And I realized that I should not have posted the new stuff until we actually got to playing the new stuff, so I have paused at that.
That's fine. It will be far more hilarious after the, spike troll kills us all.
Here is the conclusion of what you just heard, Zenthra.
ABN Warchaser correspondent Clementine, reporting from Zenthra. A stunning display of tactical brilliance has forced Galactic Mandate to retreat, giving self-proclaimed cowboy and captain of New Raza, Colin Wayne, room to proceed. Corporate injustice needs a champion, said Wayne in a confusing broadcast. The Raza did that, but they ain't been around. Now I'm taking up the mantle as New Raza. Megacorps beware, I'm watching you. Could this truly be a New Raza crime wave in the making?
So if we kill him and then he's like, what gives you the right? And we can be like, I'm not the one wearing hockey pads.
I guess.
I guess Colin Wayne is a hockey player.
No. That's a Dark Knight reference.
Oh.
Batman beats up a bunch of Batman impersonators, and they're like, what gives you the right?
Right,
He's like, I'm not
right.
the one wearing hockey pads.
Yes, and that was awesome too.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we've got just a couple more here.
Oh god, there are more of them.
There are,
Oh,
there
God.
are.
They're breeding.
do you want me to parse these out a little bit more and let you guys do some other things, then bam, hit you with another one?
Nah, go ahead. This is our own damn fault.
Well, actually, it's my fault for kind of forgetting that spending a month in a place causes this.
I mean, we could just read them. It's not that big a deal.
I mean,
No, we're on this track now.
Yeah. Let's just do it. Give us the next one.
Alright, let me make sure I'm clicking the right one. This is 1027 on XXV.
Continuing the saga of LaRue versus the Bro, this is Richard reporting from UnXXV. After 10 days, Cassian LaRue and the merchants from March are still at it. The Bro aren't known to have an excess of patience with civilized practices, and information coming out of negotiations is scarce, so one can only imagine two outcomes. 1. Cassian and the merchants have been smashed into pulp and the Bro just haven't bothered to tell anyone yet. Or 2.
Respect.
Something big is in the making. I, for one, hope it's the latter.
How do you feel about that, Zoe?
I feel like the latter might actually be worse.
Well, on one hand, I'm no longer a princess because I am now in charge of a house of the March. On 2, something big happening is always fun. See, I feel like you're expecting more out of Zoe than like she doesn't know this guy.
Oh, I guess you don't remember him, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotta be weird.
Yeah.
No,
Like I know of like, or she knows intellectually she should care about this guy, but like there's no emotional connection.
well, I mean, you did also run away, and he is a noble, so he's probably a prick.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, just look at the only example you have.
I'm
She-
glad we're on
she-
the same page.
She waves at you.
I'm very glad we're on the same page.
Oh God, Knox. Ugh. Oh God. That was a good one, though. That was a good one.
Is there another?
There is one last one.
Hello from Sophia, ABM, reporting from Holawu. The varied mercenaries swarming in orbit above Tahaioa Oa, like pigeons in a line, have gathered to finalize construction plans for Skybound Station. Long in the making, the Cursed project has seen numerous production and management setbacks, leaving it, for now, a pile of materials floating through space. Holawu's location near March could divert traffic en route to March from passing through UNXXV.
Dex, I have a question. Why don't they just say 25?
Because it's not on 25. It's on XXV.
Do they even know Roman numerals this far into the future anymore?
Apparently
Or has
not.
it been forgotten?
Apparently, Roman numerals are pre-tech.
You'll have to go to UnXXV and ask the bro, why don't you just say Un25? I'm sure they'll have a perfectly fine explanation for it.
They're going to shoot us out of the
smash.
sky.
Yeah, smash.
What is this?
All right. So I guess an important thing to consider. Group meeting
Where are we?
in space.
In space.
Let's say
Yes,
that you guys
thank you.
have.
Also, we're in Artemis Black. Like, come on, guys.
Let's say that you guys have finished up with the party and it's been a few hours. Still the same day. You're
Okay.
looking to get some rest, or maybe just start on your way out. But you know, starting on your way out will also give you 16 hours at least to rest.
Right. So team meeting. All right. So we have several pieces of information here from whatever or whoever jumped into the system. Nemesis, first things first, have you managed to figure out how to hack into the fuel station yet?
I suppose that's a good question. I guess I've had plenty of time to think about it.
You'll want to actually see how the credit cube that's collecting payments is set into the station. So that's something that Nemesis will need to. Because I can't imagine that that's something Nemesis has ever really tried doing before. And it's not featured in Delta Rain.
Yeah. What was the goal here, anyways? Like, you were wanting to like reroute the funds and everything for, or just have it just give us free fuel?
Oh, I was going to say reroute any funds it gives us.
It seems like that's definitely going to be harder to do, to mess with the financial transactions. But
I mean, could we just take out the cube that's in there and put in our own cube?
I guess I guess I'll have to take a look. But yeah, I guess I could try it.
Well, I think we're still in the same region as the fueling station, so nothing's stopping us.
Other than time. Do we want to hang around for that?
How long would that take to get there and start looking for things, Dex?
You're actually not in the same region as the refueling station. The asteroid, the graveyard, spans the entire system. So pretty much as soon as you start going from one ship to another, you're moving out of the region of pretty much any region you've already been in.
Well, yeah, fuck it then. I don't care that much. It's not like enough people to pass through here to make it valuable, and all that accomplished right at that point is just annoying the Union, which I'm fine with, but also don't really care about on its own anyway. More important notes. I guess this information about the Colin Wayne will be useful. That might distract people from us a little bit more. But more pertinently, Zoe, your father, Cassian LaRue, should be in a system where, well, it's only him and his one ship. If we were to try to meet him there, we might be able to avoid any more severe complications that we would from meeting him on March.
Like, do you think he's still there? That was like a month ago.
Yeah, that is a very significant question.
Also,
I have no idea how long the negotiations would take.
Also, follow up. There's just him and his one ship, but also a fuck ton of bro.
Yeah, but are the bro going to interfere with a family conversation? That doesn't seem very bro-like.
Against the bro code.
Now, by the way, to understand the bros, I mean, are they stereotypical bros as we know them, or?
I keep forgetting that there actually are characters here that have more in-depth knowledge of the world.
I mean, I probably didn't read up much. I might know what's common knowledge or maybe common mythos about the bro.
Excuse you, Dex. I have so many fucking no things at this point.
All right, that's fair.
He knows everything except for about himself.
How many of you have not seen Guardians of the Galaxy?
I have seen Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but not 1.
Or any of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. So that counts.
Drax?
They're Drax.
Okay. Good to know.
Okay, excellent.
So, not bro so much in the sense of college frat boy. Bro more in the sense of that just happens to be what they're called. It's their full name is actually bro in un. Bro space YN space un.
Because they live in un. Makes a lot of sense.
Because they live in un. Charlie probably. Well, I'll let you guys decide if you characters know. The answer to the earlier question of why don't they call it just why don't they call it Un-25 is simply because the planet is named Un-XXV, or the system is named Un-XXV.
Yeah, alright.
There are not 24 others of them. It is simply called Un-XXV, and therefore it is called Un-XXV.
Well, we'll need to pass through March anyway. Well, we'll need to pass through another system anyway. I guess let's go ahead and hop to March. Prepare to fuck off if anyone attempts to shoot us out of the sky, and see if we can get in contact with them, or get in contact with one of the local governments to allow us safe landing while we possibly wait for your father to show up.
So,
I feel like this is a discussion we might need to have. Zoe, your potential connections would be an extremely useful resource to us for determining exactly what happened, particularly as we attempt to launch what I can only describe as an archaeological expedition on the plants of Trinitas Shade and Trins of Fade.
so the refueling station, we're just gonna skip that. I think that's got to be a whole other thing.
Yeah, I don't particularly care about it.
Well, Dex, I tried. I'm sorry.
Well, it might be useful information for later, like the next refueling station.
Mm-hmm. One thing that Nemesis does know is that the credit cubes themselves are, as far as anyone knows, unhackable. I think I mentioned this last time. You're basically
Yeah, that's why I've kind of skittered away from that because it's like I'm fine with it. Yeah, I don't really have ambitions to be the best hacker ever. I mean, I might tinker with it every now and then, just kind of like one of those hacker puzzles.
You're
But
going to make the Space IRS just descend on us.
yeah, I assume if anyone actually got close, I don't really know if it was if you could do it on a closed system. I mean, I guess you could. I mean, it's not like they could send us. It's not like they have. Well, I guess do they have built-in things that communicate like?
Oh, you're getting news from the station.
There's still like light speed limitations, so I assume you could probably close it off because it has to send information somehow.
Yeah.
That's
something to think about.
We could get you one that doesn't have much money in it, and then you can just practice hacking on that because it's something I would, as your captain, it is something I would be interested in learning how to do.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's kind of like it's like a little puzzle. I wouldn't mind spending some downtime just tinkering away at that.
Perfect. Anything to get you out of the fucking VR thing.
What if I do it in VR?
Then it's just a productivity enhancer.
Significantly lower stakes, but is it possible to hack a cred stick?
No, cred sticks are even more secured because of how limited they are in their transactions.
All right.
But I mean, you don't really need to hack them. You just hold it in your hand and you can transfer the money wherever the hell you want.
If you have the cube, right? You can just transfer it all to your account essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cred sticks can be locked. I think I put that in there. I'll look that up, but continue.
Because if you could, theoretically, if you could hack a cred stick and put whatever funds onto that, transferring funds from a disposable cred stick to a cred cube would make it a lot harder to find out that you're hacking a cred cube. But if it's even more impossible, then forget it.
All right.
Anyway.
Nope, I did not include the ability to lock them, which was in previous iterations of the credit sticks and cubes and all that. Yeah, credit sticks are literally just cash laying around.
No, they're credit cards, Dex. God, keep up.
Okay. Credit cards that you don't have to know the numbers for. They just work.
I mean, if you take one to a store, is anyone going to ask you what the numbers are when you scan it in?
They'll technically are supposed to ask you to sign, and technically they're supposed to ask to see your your ID to check the signature.
Yeah, like half of them don't do that.
I think that actually changed. Yeah.
States where it's actually illegal to ask for ID.
Anyways, even in current times, that signature actually gets processed, and if I think they do some fancy stuff. But if someone doesn't do a good job forging your signature, that it'll still catch it.
Okay, need to know.
Anyway, Android, set a course for March.
Very well.
The rest of you either get working on those guns or get some sleep. We're going to have, well, after about a week of nothing, we're going to have a few long days ahead of us.
Alright, so it's going to take 16 hours at base speed to reach the transition point. Are you going to try and trim that course?
No, no reason to.
Okay. So we're going to call that plus 1 day. Let me see if that triggers.
Expect Star to catch up to us to reclaim that metaspace thing. The white hole device.
Oh. I didn't say anything about that.
Oh, I know you didn't say anything about it, but I have...
No, I'm just teasing. You do not detect any signs of Spectrestar technologies. You reach a transition point. And are you going to do anything? Are you going to trim the course to... Where did my maps go?
Well, I mean, I could. Depends on how badly I want to kill everybody.
And are you trying to jump straight from Miron to March? You do not have rudders for it. Or are you going to Pana first?
We don't have the rudders for March. I thought we had the rudders for March.
Yeah, but
Not
aren't they like a million years old?
Not from Euron to March. You will automatically get any rudders that are 1 or 2 hexes.
Okay. And how would we get the more distant rudders?
This is the same kind of decision process that led you guys to spend 8 sessions in SOS. Oops, I think I just moved SOS. Let's unmove SOS. Stupid drag and drop. And that is, you can find rudders of 3 or more hexes. Typically only 3 hexes. There's not too many 4+ ships jumping around, or even 3 ships, 3+ ships. Sorry, drive 3 ships with any bonus to that. But they're not automatically transmitted because most of the ships in the sector are drive 2. You have to go and ask somebody for it. In AZ, when you were at Henry Station, you could have tried to ask the basically the station keeper for, or navigation, star control for the rudders there. But you're identifying yourself as somebody who has Spike 3 or better ship, and at that point you guys made the decision that you just didn't want to draw any attention to yourselves at all, and that's why you went to SOS in order to jump to drill the 2 hex gap from there.
Okay, it's been a really long time, so I don't remember.
No, that's fine. And I don't mind the refresher. So just as a quick TLDR, 1 and 2s you get automatically. I just don't even want to bother with them, honestly. Even in a system like Miron, where it's not that frequently traveled, it's enough that if there's a space station or somewhere that can rebroadcast it to you, it's got all the 1 and 2 hex jumps. Anything 3 and above, you will have to obtain from someone who has traveled it, possibly from the station if they have it. It may even be an adventure to track it down.
I see. Well, that's fine. I guess make a course for Pana, and we can refuel.
I'd like to point out, you wouldn't know.
Okay. All right. What's Android doing then?
Well, jumping to Pana, of course. Has to. In that case, I don't even need to roll to get there.
Okay.
Everyone might just be surprised because the ship comes out of better space a whole lot sooner than anybody expected.
Are you trimming?
And you said that.
Does this ship seem you guys
also automatically equipped? Acquired.
I'm gonna need you to expand that into a few more sentences for me, Nick. I'm sorry.
I was asking if you said the 2 hex jumps are also automatically acquired. That's a common thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. In that case, there would just be a quick stop in between to refuel and basically get that.
Okay. So that I understand, your android is taking the ship to the edge of the system. It's there, and then is going to jump into Pana, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Jumps to Pana, basically finds the nearest refueling station there to refuel, and then heads out again.
Nope,
To
we're
jump to
we're
March.
in we're in fucking Pana now. We have to be here for about 3 more sessions.
Okay, Pana.
Do we get any more? Do we get any additional news from being in some place with actual people?
I think you do. Hang on. So I'm just parsing out the time here. That's 12:14. That'll put you to 12:16. And traveling to the refueling station or in Pana, or a refueling station. There are many of them. Fuel puts you at 12:17. Let me check my spreadsheet real quick. No, it does not. I wonder if 18 does.
Look at that. There's a Spectrestar Technologies research station here.
Ooh, we should knock it over for stuff.
Do you want it? This is how you spend 8 sessions.
Look, I think we should ask the psychics on the ground something. No? All right, fair enough.
All right, I am going to, however, throw some more information at you guys. There were a couple of things that were being analyzed and reviewed. You had crew quarters. You were able to have gone through those more fully, and I wrote more of a description of them. I'll just post this one in the Discord because it isn't really all that big of a thing. It is, like I said, it's pretty much how I described. Yeah, that worked. Okay. The other things. Jai had Android analyzing that string of numbers.
Mhm.
The Android was also looking into the navigation data.
The
To find
navigation
any
data.
unknown system.
Let's look at that first, in fact. If you've got the sector map up, you may actually have noticed that there is a new location on the sectors without number.
Well, I certainly have the map up. I certainly did not notice it.
It's very subtle. I'm gonna move the ship to the screen to the stellar map, and I'll also reveal it there.
That's what I thought it was. TMT.
Mm-hmm.
Teenage Mutant Tunnels.
Oh, that sector map.
The
I
black
was
hole.
looking at the sectors without numbers map.
Oh yeah, it's there also.
It's on there too. I thought something seemed new on there.
It is very subtle. There's a region that's very empty between Stet and Korafali, and it's right between them. Actually,
Now it's there.
Stet and Hystro.
Okay.
You may have had to reload.
Be refreshed. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what did it.
That is new data that you guys haven't gotten from any of the locations that you've been to. The rudders themselves are unusable, but they can at least tell you that something is there, so that you're not blind hexing or blind jumping into what may be an empty hex, which is how you destroy the ship, or specifically, which is how you get a guaranteed result of 3 on the mishap table. Doesn't actually
Also, I noticed
explode the ship.
the only one that's on the map that is more than two hexes away from anything.
It is. The hex, or not hex, the number string is seems to loop about every 43 seconds. The entire string in that 43 seconds is 200 digits. Yes, I timed it. And the string is not repeated perfectly, but in the entire string of 200, only a few digits differ, and they're only one or two off. What Android can figure out is go ahead and give me a program. Or no. Check with intelligence.
Oh, no, no.
These numbers are mapping the movement of a stellar body against a metaspatial location.
Huh.
Alright, alright.
It's basically you're looking at a calendar.
Is it
All right.
counting down? Does it end at a particular point?
It does end after 10 minutes, but that doesn't seem to cause any rupture in the fabric of the universe.
Oh, thank God.
Is that we've noticed?
That you've
Yeah,
noticed.
yeah. I mean, there is a giant black hole there. That's basically a rupture in the fabric of space-time. So,
Getting more specific knowledge about that is actually going to require pilot skill.
Well, I do with my interlink.
Interlink won't cut this. This is actual pilot knowledge.
ooh, I can pilot
What is your pilot skill?
1.
Okay, you could try. It would be quite difficult.
Well, man, somebody else gonna pop in here?
No one else has pilot.
Yeah. Here we go. No, I don't want to do it off of strength. Thank you.
And while Zoe's doing that, that's not going to cut it. Do you want to reroll?
Yeah.
While you're thinking about that, Lulu, do you want
What's
me to
up?
post the information that Jai uncovers from the science data publicly, or do you want me to send it to you?
Send it to me.
Okay.
Keeper of knowledge.
I mean, I'll probably share it, but there's always a chance that I'll.
Oh, it's best to
Not-
filter before you give it to the unwashed masses, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
There's no incriminating information.
Gyro, once a brilliant doctor, now a terrifying keeper of knowledge. Killed
Right.
many people. Oh wait, we already know that. That's not something.
Yeah, we've all killed many people.
I haven't.
Lulu, ignore the or disregard the factor information. Jai doesn't actually know how much this data is worth. It would take somebody with a good trade skill for that.
Well, now hold on. Jai does have a fairly scientific background. He might have a good idea of what a publisher would actually require you to pay to publish it. Fuck publishing. Fuck 'em.
And with that, I would allow him to automatically succeed at an aid check.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and keep talking. I'm just gonna read this quick.
Okay. Jed, basically, yes, he does know what, or could estimate what it would cost. Well, what a publisher would pay for it. But this is too novel. and both of those numbers are higher than any normal research would get. This is like discovering how to stick a pin in someone and give them blonde hair instead of red hair. It's valuable data. Arch, unfortunately, that also does not make it.
Yeah,
What
fair enough.
Zoe can infer from this or interpret from this is that it is referring to a specific destination. It's not just any destination. And the digits that differ are in line with normal spatial deviations. Like, basically consider Halley's Comet. It loops around the solar system every how many days, but due to various factors in space, different gravitational poles that change as time goes on, it's just a little bit different, just a tiny little bit different. In metaspace, those tiny differences can be quite significant. And that's why each of those strings has slightly different, off by just a couple points.
Okay. So we could use that information to figure out, like, where in the system stuff is?
No, this is just describing a metaspace window to a location. You don't know what that location is or the details of the window.
Gotcha. So it doesn't actually describe what's in the system. It describes as if it. Gotcha. Okay.
Zoe hasn't been able to pin down the exact details.
Yeah.
She thinks it might, and with some more study, she may be able to force that out. But that's going to take her some time if she wants to do that.
Yeah, we'll put it on the back burner.
Okay.
I'll put it on the to-do list, which I do actually have.
All right.
Oh, good. Yeah, please do keep the notes. I will forget otherwise.
Which brings me to my to-do list. Hey, can I fix Walter's gun at some point?
Fix it?
Well, I was gonna mod it for him like 7 systems ago and like 4 months ago, real time.
I think we got that. His gun is customized, the shotty?
He wanted,
Or Rita got him customized.
yeah, he wanted Rita customized. Did that happen? And I just forgot to cross it off the list.
It did. You just forgot to cross it off the list.
Yeah, and game. He thanked Android for it.
Okay,
Ha!
cool.
I am vindicated for my failure at a to-do list.
Did you ever figure out what kind of starfighter we got?
I did. That was.
It was the last Starfighter.
It is the last starfighter on the ship.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna spin it up right in the hangar.
Greetings, Starfighter.
Thank you for.
Are we going to be recruited by the Star League now? Fight against Xur, against the Xur and the Code of Armada. Defend the frontier. Something. God, it's been a while since I've seen that movie.
Yeah. 1 second.
On a third note, while Dex thinks about that, hey, are you sure you want to customize the suit to fit you instead of like Walter? You know, somebody who might actually be doing some fighting.
Walter can go into battle nude for all I care.
It's not a very good distribution of resources there, though.
But no, yeah, that works too.
I mean, our job in a battle is to stay low and not get shot at.
Definitely true. Yeah, give it to Walter. That'll be, or start preparing it to make Walter fit in it, I guess.
Customize the suit to fit Walter. Gotcha.
Or
you don't
customize-
customize it at all, and everyone can use it as an by need basis.
I don't think adding the custom mod actually prevents other people from using it. It just gives an advantage to that one person.
I think it gives a penalty to
Pretty sure
others.
that's a penalty to everybody else.
Oh,
Yeah.
does it? All right, never mind then. Don't bother.
Okay. I still paint it black with flames.
Okay. Any situation in which the suit's useful is going to lose that paint super quick. But all right.
Look, just because you don't get to look cool for long doesn't mean you shouldn't look cool at all.
I did not figure out the power and mass of this special hull.
You had one job.
I'm sorry, you didn't find the power and mass of the special hull?
Yes. Huh.
Well, my to-do list is actually pretty freed up now. All I have to do is, work on Charlie. The other Charlie.
Which one? There are 3.
Well, there's only 2 that I know as Charlie, so the motorcycle. Grav cycle.
Hover cycle.
What's it hovering on? Gravs. That's what I thought.
How do you know? Maybe it just has giant fans attached to the bottom.
Yeah, I want one of those ones that they have in Star Citizen.
Did any of you
Space motorcycles.
Have any of you guys seen or watched the YouTube videos by Colin Furze?
Mm-mm.
He's like a British plumber that does crazy builds, and one of the things he did was he took two what are they called? Paragliders, para pushers, the big fucking fans that they wear on their back, and he attached 2 of them facing down on a bike, and it didn't really steer, but it flew. I mean, it got like 6 feet off the ground, so.
Fair enough.
See if I can find it.
Okay. But yeah, that data might end up useful. Might. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to... I think I'm going to want to keep the data secret, if only because I don't want that sort of information getting out to anyone I don't want it to get out to.
Because you're pathologically incapable of sharing information with the rest of us. We understand. Don't worry
Oh
about
no,
it.
it's just because it's extremely valuable, and I don't trust your trader's instincts.
Well, you said it wrong. It's traitors, not traitors. Come on.
No, in this case, I mean traders.
Oops. Hard points.
This second one I can probably post.
Go right ahead.
That is not the right server.
I suppose I should be posting these in a discussion, huh? Not sure when I started doing it in game. That's wrong.
Mm.
Okay. Let's move this over to discussion then. There is the fighter.
Put that murderer first.
I mean, it might as well. Oh, it's amphibious. Sweet. So
Oh, yeah.
if we take it to Dagobah, it'll be fine. Oh, sick. And I can fit my motorcycle in the cargo space? Hell yeah.
You can. It's a little bit unusual for you guys. You've all the ships that you've ever seen in the sector have a hardpoint. Even shuttles have a hardpoint to mount an actual ship weapon. This doesn't. It does have a. It does have a.
Roll down the window and shoot a gun out it?
No, it's got a heavy weapons platform. The underside, and this is all integrated. It's not just patched on. It was built like this. The underside of it has a railgun mounted, and on either side of it is a missile launcher, essentially. It is a single Hydra array, but it fires from both sides of the ship.
Neat.
When it says
Ooh.
crew 6-6, does that mean it's a minimum crew of 6?
Oh, no, it should be 1-6.
Okay. I was like, that's a pretty high minimum.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's not a fighter. That's a ship.
Yes, yeah. No, there you go.
okay. That's
and-
interesting. It's also amphibious.
It looks like it was it was built as an atmospheric ship. This is basically an atmo flyer. It just happens to have space capabilities.
Is Speed 3 faster than us?
Speed 3
Maybe
is
that's right.
slower than you guys, I believe.
That is unusually fast too. So
Your ship is unusually fast. Its Speed 3 is also slower than actual atmo flyers.
I think our current speed is 3.
But
4, actually.
no.
Well,
Wait,
then
hold on.
that's-
Did you want this to be like amphibious? I think means it can go in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. And it
Okay.
includes atmospheric capabilities.
Right. I just wasn't sure
Yeah, no, this is
if you meant that or.
It's
waterproof.
It's
Neat.
a space to water specific ship. It doesn't do well in the atmosphere. Space and water.
Great. How do we get it from one to the other though?
You know
We're
how
just gonna-
dolphins
Well-
jump through hoops? They just swim really fast
Yeah.
and then jump really high. That's how you get into space.
Oh, I played
Okay.
that Flash game. That was a fun game.
I mean, there are planets that have water but no atmosphere. The only problem is you have to break through the icy crust. So hopefully there's a drill on the front of this thing.
No,
I mean that's what the heavy weapons platform's for, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Just
right, yeah.
rail strike the ground a couple times.
This
It's
is
an
getting
icebreaker.
so G.I. Joe. Because this is a scene I can literally see in my head from G.I. Joe. I don't know if it's really from G.I. Joe, but I can still see it from the G.I. Joe cartoon. There's a ship coming down onto a planet, or onto Earth, and they're at the Arctic Circle or something. It's all ice, and they just shoot the ice and then dive right in, and they're flying submarine.
Isn't
It's a
that
perfect
from
ship
the
for
movie?
Europa and nowhere else.
Is it from the movie?
I think that's from them. Or they like shoot from the water through the ice and then fly up into the air.
It
I
might
don't
be.
remember. Oh god.
But yes, this has atmospheric speed of a helicopter.
Okay. Can it
Um,
hover?
Helicopters can be pretty quick.
helicopters can be pretty quick, and yes, it can hover.
Sweet. Okay, yeah, this is actually a really good ship.
And I will say that I actually think that the heavy weapons platform is better than a ship weapon, considering all the difficulties of, well, ship weapons only fire every 15 minutes. They don't, actually. That's how you can fire the same weapon multiple times in a combat round. But
Well,
yeah, this bypasses that argument completely. It's just heavy weapons. They fire normally once per round.
they're just not very
Yeah,
good at
but the
taking
advantage
on.
of a ship weapon is nice that it works against ships.
Yes.
Yeah.
These will also work against ships, but at half damage.
Yep.
Would
the-
be good for any air missions.
This is good
Atmosphere.
for close air support and also close water support.
Mm-hmm.
Does the Hydra array work underwater,
Yes.
Dex?
I feel like it should if the ship itself is amphibious, right?
Yeah.
You didn't hear me? I said yes.
Oh, I
Railgun
didn't-
seems like a bad
Oh,
idea.
yeah,
to use underwater.
Discord might not have caught me. I was too excited to say yes. I said yes.
Nice.
Eh, I think the railgun would actually be fine if, like, it's got a way to not get.
Full of water.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking that it's gonna impact that water awful fast. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was full. Would it? I don't know.
Well,
Well,
I'm really not.
It would
think of
slow
a-
like any other projectile that hits water.
so
or
if we're
is
going
fired.
scientific, if it's fired outside water and hits water, then it's pretty much dead in the water. If it is fired while underwater, it's a
It's
little
gonna-
bit better off.
Well, it's
actually-
going to create a vacuum in the barrel that'll crack the barrel.
No, it's the amphibious platform or the amphibious fitting resolves that issue.
Okay.
But I would say that for realism's sake, the railgun probably shouldn't be particularly effective underwater. For mechanics, so that it's not just completely lost out, I might say it's 1/10 the range.
So we can drive right up next to them and put the railgun right against their hull and be like, all right.
Well,
Yeah, you-
what
It's a nail
If
gun
we
at that point,
replaced-
not a
if
railgun
we
nail
re-
gun.
if we replace the shells with flechettes, it should work fine.
You mean fishlets?
Well, yeah, basically.
Is there actually a ballistic ammo that works perfectly fine underwater?
No.
I mean, I wouldn't call it perfectly fine, but there are
Torpedoes?
underwater.
No, that's what
Torpedoes
your
ballistic.
Hydra array is.
There-
basically.
Here.
there are
But
underwater
otherwise, no, because the drag of the water slows everything down.
They do have guns they designed to be used underwater, like I think the old
Like
APS.
Yeah, APS underwater rifle. It's basically a long dart.
So
Yeah.
basically, saying that it's got about 1/10 the range seems about right. By the way,
Fair.
1/10 the range means that it's got a range of 400 meters and max range of 800 meters. So it's not trivial.
So long as it's not going to, destroy the the
Yeah.
fighter while shooting
I-
shooting it underwater.
No,
Yeah, I'm cool with you nerfing it as long as it doesn't blow up if we accidentally hit the button.
no,
Yeah.
I won't do that. There is
Okay.
one oddity about the Marauder, and that is that among those 6 seats, one of them is painted red and has love seat scratched into it.
All right. First order of business, Zoe, please clean that seat. Just-
Second order of business. Next time Jai goes up to the bridge, that seat is sitting right behind the captain's console.
Has it been disinfected?
Has it been reupholstered?
All right, I'm gonna go a little bit into the deeper end here. That seat happens to be where the driving engine for the ammo feed of the railgun is.
Okay.
It shakes and rattles like crazy. It's basically a vibrator.
Got it. No, leave that in there.
That is painted red to tell you where not to sit.
Oh god,
If you have to fire the railgun.
amazing.
Great. But no, that's good. That's a decent sized ship and could actually fit our entire command crew if need be. Also the 2 other guys we brought along who aren't technically command crew. Also Walter.
Walter's command crew.
All right, I guess. But no, that's an interesting ship. We'll have to get it fixed up the next chance we get.
Yeah, yeah, that's on my to-do list for things to do while in the passing.
Yeah, it does need some maintenance. It's
Yep.
gone 600 years without, so it's gone 1,200 maintenance cycles.
So it costs $7 gajillion to fix.
Mhm.
Ugh. But the engine, the miles on the engine, great. Right off the lot.
Um,
Only during my little old lady on Sunday.
I haven't
It's been in the
actually,
it's been in the hangar the whole time.
I haven't actually priced it, but I'm that's not something I want to do right now. So if you guys decide that you want to do the maintenance, you're gonna get an on-the-spot estimate.
Oh, I'm not sure. Ooh,
Yeah, let's get with the estimate because it talks about backlog maintenance when it comes to maintenance. So we can calculate that rough number over 600 years.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it over 600 years.
Oh no, we can do that.
Well, you certainly can if you want to. Once I decide what the whole price itself costs, you can certainly calculate how much that would be. But that's not what I'm charging you.
Ah, okay.
All right.
Well, but we still need a number so we can do something while we travel.
we already got the guns all set up as good as they can be, right?
Yeah. You need 3 more days of work on the gun, which you're going to get during your travel to Pana. And
Mhm.
as long as you've committed the amount of spare parts necessary, then you've got an active gun.
So I
Wait.
shouldn't write 3 days of work on the guns. I should
Don't
write
we have
3 days
to
of work.
drive 3?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
jump to... Isn't the jump to Pana only 1 hex?
Yeah.
Mhm.
2 days.
That's 2 days.
Yeah. And a
But
day
there's-
to get to the edge of the system.
Also, there's like 4 of us that have fix now. Like we should be able to knock this out pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the final day of work on the gun, or the final days of work on the gun. I just want to make sure that you've spent the necessary resources for it, and
Yep.
it's done. What has Walter been doing this entire time?
Enjoying his life.
Okay. Okay. You guys reach Pana, and Android takes you to the nearest fueling station. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Quick, remind me quick. How many spare parts was it per ton?
200. Over here. While refueling, there is an advertisement in neon holography, literally aimed at your airlock window. It is lighting up that particular hallway inside your ship.
What's it an advertisement for?
It's an advertisement for companionship.
I close
so?
the window.
I was gonna say, also, why is anyone at the airlock?
Well, they don't necessarily need to be at the airlock. It's just visible anytime you pass by that hallway.
Yeah, let's close the window, please.
Yeah.
This is getting distracting.
You can
How
certainly do it.
distracting is it?
Blindingly distracting.
You guys get your fuel. Did you want to do anything in the Pana system?
What's there
We
to do here?
staying here at all? Or are we just passing through?
The second the refueling's done, the android will take the ship outbound.
I think the planet has a fairly strong galactic mandate / megacorp presence, right?
The planet
And
has
yeah,
a
they-
massive megacorp presence. Yes.
There's actually a lot of stuff here. It's just I don't think we really want to deal with it at the moment. So
Guys, you are not hurting my feelings by not visiting every planet. Trust me, there are too many planets for me to care about any individual one.
So I have a question, and I want you guys to promise me you won't laugh at me for asking a stupid question. Yeah, get it out of your fucking systems. All right. Was the news story about the people disappearing in the graveyard about us?
Doubt it.
It was before
No.
we even. So the date on that was before we even got.
Oh,
That was old. That was basically like some old dude. That was like most of what we have is like our month
Did
due date.
did we not want to look for them at all? Because I thought it was about us.
Yeah.
Zoe's natural reaction, and also my
Oh.
not thinking about it very much, I guess, was that it was about us.
Oh, nah.
So
Eh,
it's what she knows.
well, the thing is, like, our best way to look for them in an entire system would be through finding their black box, and the only black box I picked up was that huge Titan ship.
Gotcha.
There
Okay.
were some signs of recent conflict around the fueling station, right? It was kind of glazed.
It was more around the asteroid field in general, which does include the refueling station, when it's passing by the outskirts of it. But yeah, there were pirates, maybe not pirate ships, that had been in battle in the asteroid field.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's not
all right.
surprising.
We were there for our spare parts, so.
Yep. Is there a trade station here? Like, can I find out if we could offload the prices on our spare parts and stuff? Not our spare parts, our scrap.
There are a bunch of shipyards around here. You could contact them and see if they want a bunch of ship grade parts or ship grade metals and stuff.
Yeah, because I don't know, a little more space in the Raza is probably not a bad thing.
No.
Yeah, you could definitely offload the junk.
Hey,
That
scrap.
the crap. You could definitely offload the crap. That will not be difficult.
There's an S. Come on, stop making fun of my. I spent a level 2 thing on this, so
The scrap.
The crap.
The craps.
the bulk salvage.
Bulk salvage, yes. You can easily offload the bulk salvage.
As long as you do it while the ship's moving.
You'll apparently have to negotiate with Android.
Android, just take us by one of the shipyards so Zoe shuts up about selling stuff.
Very well. Well, in that case, you will get to one of the shipyards and hail them, I guess.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, good. I was worried I'd have to tell you to stop at one of the shipyards, and you'd just fly right by one. How that
Jeez.
works?
Have you ever done that like school lesson where you have to tell somebody how to make a peanut butter sandwich,
Don't think so.
and you have to write like exact instructions like you're talking to a computer? So I imagine this is gonna go.
The worst part is, though, we don't realize that Android is sentient, so she's doing this all on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, so just trade roll.
Yeah, for the bulk salvage, I don't think I put down that it takes time, and I'm fine with it not.
I can do it within 1d6 hours of work.
For the bulk
So-
salvage? Okay, perfect.
No, for any trade stuff. Oh wait, no.
Oh, that's finding specific items. Like if there's an
Yeah.
assault suit available and you want it, you can find it in 1 to 6 hours.
Gotcha. Okay.
Is there an assault suit available?
On Astos, yes, probably.
We could outfit our entire group with assault suits. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but why do that when we could just get grav tanks?
That's a good point. That's a very compelling argument.
I
Because
would be
grab
more
take up more
comfortable on a
space.
Why can I not open my character sheet?
But I would be more comfortable on a grav tank than a assault suit.
Hey,
I don't think anyone. Well, I'm pretty sure either way, no one else is going to be comfortable with it. outside our group.
There we go.
Our group's gonna be super comfortable.
Astos actually has limited weapons and armaments manufacturing. It's a part of the corporatocracy control over the population. However, Astos also has black markets galore. So, like March. Oh God! Wow.
Yeah, I'm good at this shit.
Are you actually trying to find an assault suit?
No, I was trying to sell my scrap.
Oh.
I mean, we got to have money to pay for the assault suits, and so we got to sell the stuff first, right? Because aren't
Yes.
assault suits expensive?
Yeah, they are. Well, not to Zoe, but yeah, they are.
I'm. It's worth noting that we might be able to sell this better elsewhere, but I did just post that entities data with a cost factor of 145,000.
Where did you post that?
Discussion.
Oh, right under the way cooler spaceship.
Alright,
Above the way cooler spaceship, but yes.
So that actually works. It isn't a trade skill check for determining the price that someone's willing to pay for salvage, bulk salvage. However, it is 3d6, drop the lowest for Zoe, and you did roll 3d6 and drop the lowest. So I'll just use that roll.
Okay, cool.
That comes out to a 10 after we take out the other bonuses. And you harvested that at fixed 2.
Yep.
So it comes back up to a 12.
Also, I get to double my trade skill for selling it? I don't know.
Oh yeah, yes, and the trade skill is also added to it. So your trade skill is 2?
Yep.
Okay, so that brings you up to a 16. And, well...
And it all comes out to $10,000. Whoop-de-doo.
How much bulk salvage do we have?
So that is 1,600 that you can get per ton of that the salvage at factor 100. The ship salvage.
So it's 1,600 per ton then?
Mm-hmm.
So it's $108,000.
And they will take all of it.
Sick.
All right.
Bam. Done and done.
All right, so let's go ahead and divide that. Zoe, I think you get, was it 50%?
Yeah.
All right, so that you get 54,400. The ship gets ship gets 21,760. You're also doing the ship inventory for that, aren't you?
Yeah.
For the ship funds.
Yep. Can you write that down somewhere? I'm still trying to get my character sheet to open.
Hold on a second.
There it is.
You may need to occasionally restart Firefox.
No, I think I just had it open and I didn't realize I had it open. It was hidden behind something else.
I've done that.
Okay.
0, and then the ship character sheet. How much is the ship getting?
Ship is getting 21,760.
21,760?
Yes.
Okay. Ship's at 48,960 total.
It means the rest of us have 32,640 to divide amongst ourselves. And there are... How many of us? Oh, crud. How did I do this before?
1, 2, 3, 4.
You were giving Jai and
Walter a share and a half. Yeah. And then that would mean Charlie and Nemesis got 1 share.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I
Okay.
could make a calculator in Excel for this, so you just put in the total and then it would pop out the numbers.
Yep, I've seen it done.
Probably. All right,
It's rather
so
easy.
Nemesis and Charlie, or Nemesis and Charlie, yeah, each of you gets 6,528, and then Walter and Jai get 9,792. All right, math is hard.
How
I
much
appreciate
did we
you doing
get?
You got 6,528.
I've
Okay.
got some money. Yeah. What's the availability on drones in these parts?
Should be pretty easy to find.
Guess I'll start off with a couple stalker drones. I'm still kind of mulling over the fittings.
So here's the question: do you want to buy here or do you want to buy in March?
I mean, it's just a stalker drone. It's pretty much the standard.
Yeah, I'm just asking.
Unless you get a ghost walker.
It would be a trip to the planet. There are stations orbiting Pana that will sell not basic gear, but will sell like the top line or their promotional items, I guess you'd say, or will receive things like that's how you're selling off this bulk salvage here. Is that they've got that set up to make it easy for someone to come by and buy their promotional items or sell stuff that they need. Anything else, and you're looking at a trip down to the planet.
Oh, hey, did they want the ship grade metals too? Because shit, we'll unload that while we're here.
That'll actually take you a little bit more time to find a merchant to get a good price on it. That's going to take you
Gotcha.
3 days.
Yeah,
That'd
yeah.
be fine.
Okay.
While we're here, though, I realized we haven't actually done this yet. Why don't we just get our armory back up and working to the TL4 level? We should have enough credits for that.
In this system, that's something that would require you going through the black market and would be more financially unviable.
Okay. Let's
expensive.
wait till March and hope we can use your connections there then.
You keep saying that like you think that I have connections.
Zoe,
Yeah, you say that like we're not wanted criminals there.
Zoe, you're not a wanted criminal there. That
Okay.
tells me something.
Yeah, all right.
And I
don't
just
think they're
realized that I started us off in the wrong voice channel. That's why I keep having to scroll to see everybody. Can we all switch
yeah.
to the Darkstar in-game real quick?
I'm sorry, that was my fault.
Oh, no worries.
For shame.
I can normally keep the entire Darkstar text and voice category in just one thing where I don't have to scroll, and I kept having to scroll, and I was like, what is going on here? Okay. So are you guys going to stick around here, or once you've sold this off, are you taking off?
I'm fine with waiting until March to do shopping.
I don't even know what I'd shop for.
Titanium lockpicks. I don't know.
Tritium lockpicks.
Yeah. Kryptonite
only-
lockpicks.
The only thing that I know that I want
super
is to upgrade my meta tool and to get a Pavize at some point. The
what?
force shield.
Force Pavis.
The
Yeah.
pre-tech, isn't it?
Yep, both of those are pre-tech required. So,
Well, the Force Pavis is just TL5.
isn't TL5 all pre-tech
I thought
stuff?
I thought TL5 was all pre-tech.
TL5 is just more advanced than TL4.
Yeah.
I mean, normally it's pre-tech, but there are some stuff that people can still make again. It's the same way that,
Yeah.
like, not most places don't fall precisely into one tech level.
Right.
Okay. I guess this is also a dumb question, but in the last session that we were playing here in with our current group, did we gain XP at the end of the session?
Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't know if we did, so I never marked if we did or not.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
at, I'm at 9 out of 12. I don't know if, and you are one behind me, but I don't know. I don't recall if I marked mine either.
Oh, God.
I know that I didn't mark mine, and I'm at 9 out of 12.
Everyone important at least is at 21 XP.
Wait, you're at 9 out of 12, Charlie?
Yeah.
Huh, and I was one ahead of you, so I probably missed one.
Mm.
The only session I wasn't here for was the one that was not this, right? Did I miss another session? I didn't, right?
No.
Okay, I must be at 10 out of 12 then.
All right. I've entirely forgotten what we were doing.
You were planning on
Refueling.
leaving. You refueled, you sold off your bulk salvage, and you were planning on going back to March. But the question came up of, do you want to stick around Pana?
Nah.
And the
Let's
answer is nah.
just get out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's session's basically going on to March.
Okay.
I don't think there's any specialized items anyone's looking for here. So I guess
No.
market's interesting to know about. That has some appeal to me, but I'm fine with that right now.
Do you know what place probably has a better black market?
Arch.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Let's be honest. Everywhere else is shit compared to March.
March is TL5.
Yeah.
And that is a 2x jump.
It is a
Yep.
2 hex jump. So without trimming the course, that would be 4 days, and I believe that's a jump that you do have to make a check for, right?
It depends. Did we get the rudder for it in Pana, which we would have to get, since we
Yes.
didn't have it before?
Yes, you did.
Well, in that case, it is less than a month old, since we just got it.
Okay.
So technically, no.
Okay. Great.
It would bring it down to a 6 unless I trim the course. In which case, I'm not. So, no roll.
Alright.
Also, where are my repairs at?
So let's actually talk about that because that kind of went kind of under the radar. The Android has been working on fixing the emission damper. Is that okay with everyone?
The
Yeah.
captain was informed. He didn't say anything.
I'm
Mostly
sorry. What
because he's routing to his spam folder.
What was the question?
The Android is working on repairing the emissions damper.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's great.
I
Good.
think I actually supported that a while back when it came up.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
just
you ignored it. But yeah.
No, because we'd considered fixing the emissions dampener earlier before we even came to the Artemis Black system. I think that was the last time we actually discussed it.
Yeah, but no decision was reached.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't care. Captain doesn't care.
Okay. Well, Android can put 500 spare parts towards the emissions damper per day.
Well, since Mirang,
I believe you've got enough time, especially since you've got a 4-day jump right now.
How many?
yeah, that would do it.
How many did it need?
3,000 something.
3125, I think.
Let me check.
Okay.
I'll mark stuff down.
3,125 spare parts.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can't because you can only do 300 a day.
Should be 500, isn't it?
Was it 500 a day? I thought you said 300. It's still not enough.
Let's see.
Because 4 days times 500 is.
Oh, but
2,000.
Android had started before actually reaching Pana. Before you even jump
Gotcha.
into Pana.
Okay. There we go. That's the part I was missing.
Yeah. So now you've got another 22, another 5 days that you're spending in transit after Zoe finishes selling off the bulk salvage, and Android takes you to the edge of the system. And not described earlier, I should be describing. There are a lot of ships here. There were ships at the entry point. Sorry, actually, no, there were not ships at the entry point from Iran. But there were lots of ships around the planet, and they looked like they were probably the corporate ships. So that is information that might have guided some decisions. There are Mercury Corps and a couple of Spectrestar and Union ships here.
Well, they haven't done shit to us yet, so.
I was gonna say, if only someone had manned the scanners.
Isn't that your?
You wouldn't have
Can't
found
you
them.
do that? I thought Android could like do all that.
Yes, but not simultaneously.
Yeah. In that case, it's Nemesis's fault.
Yup.
I was checking out Delta Rain servers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's on
That's
you.
why.
You're the leader. You didn't lead me.
Truly, it was all a failure. All right.
And then 4 days in metaspace from Pana to March. What are you guys doing during this time?
I'm souping up Charlie to make it a 1 speed faster.
These spike drills are the worst.
Well, that's good. Now that the dampers are okay, well, she starts fixing up her ship. I mean, the fighter.
Okay.
I'm starting to draw up plans for the drones that I want to get.
Okay. The ship maintenance does need to be done on your fighter. Does need to be done at a maintenance yard.
Yeah, figures.
Hey,
Wait, we have a tier 4.
Yeah, we have a workshop.
We can't do it here.
it's not a ship workshop, but
Well, yeah, but what do I need a fancy workshop for? I can walk around the fighter.
Yeah.
It's in an enclosed location.
I mean, technically, you should be able
Look
to
if you
even
can.
do a drawer ship, except Dex
I
says
said the
shipyards
fighter.
for that. But
I guess where's the fighter bay?
Eh, I can see the logic for needing a larger shipyard or a larger space for repairing the Raza itself, but we should be able to
Yeah,
get
but
into
for a
its
fighter?
core. Yeah.
Isn't there a fitting specifically for working on ship?
Is there?
no, it's basically the workshop. I mean, there is a mobile shipyard that you can apply to super ship, but for everything else, as
There's
described, you
MasterCard.
can do maintenance with a workshop.
Lots of maintenance.
Because, as I said, I can see it for the Raza, but for the fighter, it's just more time investment.
I had intended for all of for any ship for the 6-month maintenance stuff that you have to pay to be at shipyards. Period.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, it's fine, but it will have unfortunate implications if you ever play around with carriers.
it will. For fighter holes, that maintenance only takes a day.
Okay. But when they take off the hull panels, the entire inside is etched in eldritch runes. Like, that's gonna be hard to explain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. This is what I was thinking of. Yeah, the workshop on a cruiser-sized workshop or a cruiser-sized workshop can handle vehicle modding and starship maintenance.
And starship maintenance specifically says that, huh?
It does say that. And it's a cruiser-sized workshop, is it not?
It is a
It
cruiser-sized
is.
workshop, yeah.
Might be undercrewed, but
And then capital class workshop can build vehicles or Basically, that's the mobile ship factory. Is if it's a capital class or type.
Well, mobile tank factory anyway.
Yeah, come on. Like, let's be honest. What would we be making? Tanks.
We know what we're about.
Now, what I worry that what you heard was bring me some grav tanks, but what I said was bring me all the grav tanks you have.
Yeah. uh,
Okay. Yeah. All right. Fine. I'll allow it.
Cool. I'm gonna do the maintenance on the ship then.
So Zoe's working with Android on that.
Mhm.
Does Zoe start before Android? Because Android's still working on the emission stamper partway into the Pana drill.
Yeah, I mean, I have nothing to do, so I worked on the metaspace window for a while, and then I said screw it, and went to go do something more interesting.
Okay. The metaspace window.
That thing that you're talking about that in the system. That tracking the-
Oh, right. Yes, yeah.
I needed a noun to describe it, so metaspace window sounded pretty cool.
No, that's actually perfect. It is. I just got jumbled. All right.
You're good. So I worked on that for what, like from Muron to Pana, and then I got bored and went to soup up a fighter plane, which sounds way cool.
Why aren't you doing the guns?
Guns was only 3 days.
Yeah, that would be from Euron to Pana.
I thought.
Huh?
Didn't that take 4 days? And also, didn't we all work on the guns? Like, didn't we basically say, yeah, that doesn't take us any time?
The
I'm
Android
very
wasn't.
confused.
Everyone else was.
I'm fine with this. Yeah, Zoe worked on the guns from Muron to Pana. She was also doing the metaspace window,
Sure.
and then she starts on maintenance of the ship, of the fighter ship.
Cool. Yep, that works. And also, yes, I think it was the cane.
I guess that
Yes.
means I
The
actually need
question
to.
which gun it was that was concealed as the cane. I forgot which one.
Yeah, I think the shotgun
Yep.
was the cane, and then Rita we just customized to make it personalized.
Oh, wait a second. I currently only Rita was
Yeah, Rita's
concealed.
customized or concealed.
Shotgun was only extended magazine.
Look, man, you gotta write that shit down yourself because I'm not gonna pay attention.
By the way, since we're talking about it, I'd like to ask one of you, whoever has the time, to make a cane which is looking exactly the same but has non-specific functions, but is extendable. So it's takes little space, but yeah.
So you want an extendable cane?
Which looks exactly the same
As your wolf head cane?
as the Rita cane.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, we could probably knock one of those off in the workshop real quick. Probably take like half an hour.
Thank you.
So can't we just buy him a telescoping pole for like 10 credits?
Yeah.
That's why I
Ain't
assume
it?
it's not gonna take us long to just whip one up in the workshop.
Well,
That's-
yes, but it would cost more.
It would. I mean, it only costs 10 more credits.
Yeah.
The
so,
thing is, I asked for the concealed Rita that it should look like the cane of Vexeter, whatever. That
Yeah.
one artist.
the wolf head cane.
Why do you
Yeah,
even
exactly?
Walter, a question. Why do you even like him? He's not that good.
Well, memories, nostalgia, our first.
Look, I
walk.
have enough nostalgia of Sue for a lifetime. Go stare at the Sue suit. That's even more nostalgic.
Oh well.
I nearly
This-
died in that thing.
Well, probably because you didn't do what had to be done.
I mean, I did what I didn't have to do. Yes.
I mean, if I would stare at that suit, it would also remind me of the of a couple of failures.
Which failures?
Yeah, you know, man. I when we talked about that guy, which was with you on the planet.
Dylan Ray.
Anyways, whatever. It's not that important.
All right. Android, how far are we out from March?
Very, very far.
All right. Do what you got to do, I guess.
Unless there's a super precise clock that actually tells you exactly how long you're in metaspace.
You know about how long it'll take, or it's supposed to take. It's one of the ways that you stay on route.
Okay, well, okay. I guess you would quote an exact number down to the second. So how long?
You've got about 3 days.
Okay, well, I guess the precise number.
I'm going to go back to studying cyberware. I'm going to see if we can install a sealable jaw in Walter. I think that'll be a good one.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
All right. What is everybody
anyway.
else doing?
Well, working on the fighter.
Yeah, I said studying the cyberware that everyone asked me that Vision asked me to study.
You mean the Badger's no array?
No, the Revenant firing.
I can't remember specifically what you wanted. But certainly I could probably stick some Revenant wiring in there.
All right. Sorry, there was a momentary distraction. You said you were studying the fighter.
No, fixing the fighter.
Fixing the fighter.
That's
okay.
us.
And Jai, was study mentioned at all?
Yeah, I did mention study. You wanted me to study more about cyberware before I could do it, right?
Yes, I did. In fact,
I've been doing that on and off.
Okay.
With everything, so.
All right.
I'm just getting right back to that.
Okay. Have you already learned Japanese? Or
Yep.
Sengoku?
Well, yeah, I'm not fluent, but I've got workable Sengoku.
Okay.
So.
Okay. That's Jai. Zoe and Android are working on the ship. Android primarily on the emissions dampers at first, and then helping Zoe with the last bits of backlogged maintenance on the fighter, on the Marauder.
Mm-hmm.
And Zoe spending a few days on the Marauder there. What is Nox doing? Not Nox. Charlie. What is Charlie doing?
Which one?
The sentient one.
Don't you talk that way about my grav cycle.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what did Walter ever do to you?
Maybe we should stick an AI in the grav cycle.
What's to say I haven't already?
Did you also remove the brakes?
No.
Nox, if you are speaking, we can't hear you.
He might be feeding his bird.
Oh.
Sorry, no. I said the vehicle at the same time that you had said the sentient one, and then I kind of tangented off from that.
Okay, it did. So yeah, what is Charlie doing during these 4 days in drill?
Out of character, I've been trying to find a way to just shuffle around credits on the cred stick in character. I'd be probably trying to find out ways to get a cred cube that isn't bio-aligned with anybody.
Okay. Not much research he can do on that out in the dark of metaspace. It's information he'll need to dig up on a planet or in orbit. Basically, somewhere where he's got access to more information.
Okay. Aside from that, I'd be like doing my job if I'm needed for help with repairs or anything. That is still technically part of my job duties.
Then Charlie is helping Android and Zoe with repairing the Marauder. How about Nemesis?
I guess out of character, in character, I'm still drawing up plans for drone.
Okay. Nemesis is actually doing something outside of Delta Rain.
Well, this is during the Spectral, right?
It is, yeah, true.
Yeah, well, Delta Rain's not available in Spectral, so I assume.
I mean,
So
your
what
own
I mean-
private server still is.
Yeah, but that defeats the whole purpose of Delta Rain.
Yeah, it's just an RPG then. It's not an MMO.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point of playing if you can't lord it over, worse players?
Okay.
I mean,
If you want to challenge the android to a game of ship simulation,
I might take you up on that if you bring it up, but I wouldn't think of it. I'm not going to challenge an android to anything. That just seems silly.
All right, I'm going to play one more news snippet here as you.
hold on. There's one important question.
Okay.
What has Zoe been wearing these days?
What has Zoe been wearing these days?
Her ship suit?
Okay, just checking.
What's her ship
Cause
suit?
you got this. Okay, just checking if you wore her new clothes or anything.
Do I have new clothes?
Yes, you planted some quarters and got yourself a nice jacket.
Did I?
Oh yeah, there was a leather jacket.
What's pillaging?
Oh. Yeah? Okay.
That's a conversation that probably needs to be played out.
Well, it depends on what you give me when the android sees that leather jacket.
Yeah, I'll make a note of it. Hang on. Let me actually make a note of it and not just say I'm going to make a note of it. Tell Android when I wear the leather jacket.
Okay, so
Do I
she.
find Do I find $20 in the pocket? Just
You don't.
apropos? Okay.
No. So
checking.
she hasn't worn it during this drill.
Okay.
She's been working. Is that right, Arch?
What's up?
So she hasn't worn it during this spike drill.
No, I mean it's not cold.
That's fair. All right.
Plus
so then,
she's been digging in a fucking fighter. Like she don't want to get shit all over her nice new jacket.
that's fair too. So then, yes, let me play this last bit of news that comes up as you enter March system. You're immediately hit with news from Beacon. There are March ships at your arrival point. It's a common arrival point from Pana to March, and it is guarded, I guess you'd say. It's watched, observed. And at the news beacon here, you hear this.
Reporting from UnXXV, Richard for Artemis Black News. Artemis Black once again owes its peace to Cassian LaRue. It's been a long time
Lame.
since he's been called the Lion of LaRue, having retreated from the public eye to raise his daughter, but this feels like the right time to resurrect the lofty title. In just 2 weeks, the Lion has negotiated a 10-year production contract through House LaRue, including construction of a capital ship. I only hope it's big enough to contain all his badass ranks.
What? All right.
The line of LaRue can lift, bro. Oh my
God. All right. God.
God. Oh, that's amazing.
All right.
Oh yeah, and we did kick in the emissions damper
Okay.
on the Lingen.
Good.
With
Oh.
that, let's go ahead and take a break, unless there's something you
Alright.
pressingly want to say before that.
I did have a question. What I guess what port or city would the LaRues control?
Well, they have an entire city. It's the city is named aptly House LaRue. It does cause some confusion. It actually causes quite a lot of confusion, but the cities on Lamiera are named House, and then the last name of the family that controls it.
All right.
When you say controls it,
LaRue is the mayor, governor, and president of House LaRue as a city.
okay, but those all imply elections.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
All right. All right. That's fine.
Dictator.
Does anyone particularly mind if we do something dramatic and stupid here?
Yes.
Can we do it
Depends
after
on
we
what
go
the dramatic
shopping?
and stupid thing is.
Oh, I was just going to announce our presence because they're going to find out in about 10 minutes when we try to land anyway.
They totally won't.
I mean, if we try to land, they will.
We like Marx as a different vehicle.
My answer after the break. I have to take into consideration that Walter hasn't taken his medicine for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't you guys take some time to consider the weighty question that is this in character or out of character?
Oh, this was out of character.
Okay, so yeah, give
Okay.
some out of character thought to it, and then we'll get the out of character thoughts once we come back, and if that prompts an in character discussion, then we'll have that. Sound good?
Sure.
Okay. Come back at looks like 1:18 on my clock.
Andrew or Nick, why wouldn't they notice the you've repeatedly said the emissions dampener doesn't actually hide us for very long.
Not for very long, but way longer than 10 minutes.
I didn't mean literally 10 minutes.
We're gonna get a better reception if we show up, you know.
That and March has features to hide in.
Right, but we
want to
Going-
land.
yeah, we're not just staying at the edge of the system.
That, and I would say it depends on where you land. We don't need a spaceport.
Yeah, but the entire reason of coming here was to talk to people and also get a bunch of stuff done.
That doesn't mean you have to announce the presence. We could easily land as the ship we are. I mean, we have a different transponder.
Okay, how are we going to talk to the LaRues like that?
Land, take a car into the city, knock on the door, or even better,
Are we gonna
go
be
to
able
the
to?
city, call
So-
someone.
We're gonna be able to land on the planet anywhere without being noticed, because that seems extraordinarily unlikely.
Yeah, landing this anywhere is like a big beacon saying, "Hey, we have a cruiser that can land."
Yeah.
We can also hide, and we have the cargo lighter. So
Yeah,
you
but-
could also go that way by being like everybody else.
Well, but the cargo letter is only gonna be from orbit, so they're still gonna notice we're in orbit.
Yes, that there's a ship in orbit, like tons of other ships. I'm just saying, it's not the default that you have to announce our presence.
I mean,
It'd be more dramatic if we did.
wouldn't they be able to pick out our profile? And the Raza's pretty distinctive.
Only if they know it. I'm just saying, it should not necessarily be the default
That's
action.
the thing, though. Didn't they know it? I thought it was.
Isn't this the most famous ship in the fucking sector?
There's a difference. The last people who were scared of us thought we were reptiles. Just saying.
I actually can't remember who thought we were reptiles.
The little
The
kid
people on
at the
that we all killed.
maybe allegedly killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are others coming at everything.
I feel like March might know better.
They might. Just saying there's a difference between loudly announcing yourselves versus trying to be low-key and see what happens.
Hmm.
It's not a guarantee, but the other way is a guarantee.
All right. Personally, I kind of prefer announcing ourselves in this case, because that's dramatic and more fun, but also because I feel like it might go a little better if we're just like, hey, Zoe's here.
Yo, what's up? It's me, Zoe. I've been away for a while. You probably wondered how I got into this situation. It all started in the summer of '69.
It was
Are we on break right now? I'm gonna go get something to eat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I should get a drink too.
So without touching the cube issue, Charlie could shuffle cred sticks, and this is probably how he's been doing it, through merchant contracts. That's actually one easy way. You've got a cred stick that has 570 credits on it, and you only want 400. You go and buy something that's 170. And then if you set up with the right group of people, you then sell them back something. You sell them back that thing for 170 on a different cred stick. Obviously, this something can simply be the concept that you're selling this thing, and basically change the amount on your cred sticks through regular what look like regular transactions.
In this kind of system, would it be possible to, I don't know, game it the way that some people do when they move money from credit to debit, where you return things onto a different card?
How do you mean return things onto a different card? How would you see that in cred sticks?
Purchase something for X cred stick amount. We'll say 150. Say, hey, I didn't actually want this. Return it, or it's defective, or whatever.
Oh, I see what you're saying. And
return the credits onto a different cred stick.
Yeah, that should be doable.
Okay.
Most places won't really care where they're putting the money.
Yeah. Okay.
And the cred stick certainly doesn't care.
Yep.
So that's also an option. But I could see criminal rings that kind of just perform this service as being part of their ring.
Okay. So, I guess I'll do some connecting and try and find somebody that would be able to quickly run the ring, maybe for a fee.
I forget, did you take connected with Charlie?
No.
Okay.
However, I do have the connect skill.
Okay.
What are you trying to do exactly?
I'm just moving cred sticks around. I'm setting up bribes.
If cred sticks are cash, he wants to be carrying 520s instead of 520s instead of a $100 bill, so that he can hand a 20 out to somebody.
I have 14 different cred sticks with denominations going from 50 in groups of 50s to groups of 100s, and then 5,000, 7,500, 10,000, and then a cred stick that I just have my pool in.
He's basically recomplicating what the cred sticks and cred cubes are supposed to uncomplicate.
Okay.
You did this to yourself.
This is pre-tech. This is just tech.
I mean,
the funny thing is, Charlie, he literally created cred sticks so that we wouldn't have to do this kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sitting here happy with my single cred stick.
Well, then what happens if we walk up to a bouncer? He needs a bribe to get in. Is he gonna have a cred cube? Are we gonna supply a cred cube? Like suddenly, all of this bribing is
I
on
mean,
record.
isn't-
And we can just
don't-
hand him
hold
100
on.
credits on a cred stick and call it a gay.
It's
Isn't-
it's absolutely reasonable.
Oh God,
What-
we did this to ourselves.
what,
we
Lulu?
did this to ourselves.
Never mind.
I'm sorry, I talked right over you.
I just never mind.
Isn't there still script? Like, couldn't we just take one of these cred sticks, get some script, call it a day?
That's mostly used on the more labor-intensive planets. It's frowned upon by galactic mandate, but yes, it is still done.
There you go.
You're not going to find it on March.
Dex, why you gotta make things hard? I'm trying to solve problems for you.
Why can't I'm sorry, why can't we move just money around here with the cubes we have?
We have cubes, right?
We have several cubes.
Did we use that politician's cube? Can we just use that for back and forth transactions, or do we need the guy's finger?
You need the guy's finger.
Gosh dang it!
So we have.
I don't.
Zoe has what,
Stupid
2 or 3
fucking
cubes? But the problem is they're Zoe's cubes. It sounds like Charlie needs to obtain his own cube.
I'm trying not to obtain. That's the whole thing.
Oh.
Uh,
But if you had a cube, it would all be so much easier.
let's. God.
Part of the thing that he's avoiding is tracking. And there is some tracking information that goes into each transaction. When a cred stick is finally turned into the exchange, they get all that information. They don't necessarily do anything with it, but it's there and available if they want to do anything with it. So I understand that that's part of what he's doing is avoiding that tracking. Because if he just jumbles stuff around on a cred cube that's issued to him, or issued to Zoe, or issued to one of you,
Everything traces back to him.
yeah, it traces back to him, or it traces back to Zoe. You know, this there's these unmarked transactions going back and forth.
Why do you think I signed on to be nameless crew inside of a spooky ghost ship?
All right, let's.
Because we are adorable.
I don't know.
It's something that I'll let you resolve with a connect check in likely locations.
Okay.
And that way, you know, we don't have to try and simplify it back down to almost the level that the cred sticks do. And just let you, you tell me that Charlie is going out and trying to find somewhere he can do this. You'll make the check, and if successful, Charlie spends a day doing that, and you can just rearrange your cred sticks however you like them.
Okay. Do you want like a record of all these transactions, or is it just hand wavy?
Not really.
Okay. Because I did write down every transaction along the way.
God.
I have a whole document on every time anything has happened.
Burn it. No, I'm kidding. If you want to keep all that information, that's perfectly fine. If you want to go even deeper, you could track all the transactions between each cred stick and... No, please don't do that. Actually, this was a bad idea. No, you
Every
can...
cred stick, every single criminal I come into contact with.
No,
And
you
it
can...
all gets sent to you, one line at a time.
You can... God, you're the worse than the android now. You can certainly keep track of all the individual transactions for your own edification, but I don't need to see it. I'm not going to be...
Okay.
You are on the honor system. Alright.
Great. Is that cleared up?
Yeah.
Great. Let's do something.
Look, hanging around for 15 minutes to argue about cred sticks is something that we've done a lot in the past, so we are doing something.
It was only
but-
9 minutes.
I know, but we haven't accomplished anything yet this session, and damn it, I want to actually do something.
Oh, it's a bold move, Cotton.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just because Jai hasn't done anything of significance, the rest of us were busy.
Yeah, we fixed the
brings us
dampener.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
What's
great.
also what's the status of the fighter right now? We should
So
be done with the maintenance.
let's go ahead and call it. Maintenance is not supposed to be done with spare parts. The maintenance that you're doing should come out of your workshop maintenance fund of parts. However, I only gave you 5,000 because I was not anticipating you doing maintenance on fighters. So, Jesus. Well, I guess it has another resource pool. It has 5,000 for mods, and if you guys want to keep a pool for maintenance in it, let's. What do you think is a reasonable number?
I guess that's relative to how much the maintenance on the.
Yeah,
Okay, that's fair thought. Let me go over to that spreadsheet. I think it was daily maintenance was 2712. Where are we? Timeline. 6-month maintenance on the Raza is 495,000. Well, I'm still gonna say that you need a full shipyard for maintenance on the Raza, so that's not a great metric.
Right. That's why we're asking for the fighter.
Right. Go ahead and take 150k out of somebody's funds. Spend 150,000 credits. That's the maintenance that you've done on the fighter. And once I let me take some time to think about how much your workshop can hold in its pocket for starship maintenance.
Okay. Did you get that, Arch?
No, I'm sorry. What's happening?
So
take 100.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
You spend 150,000 credits on the fighter maintenance.
150,000?
Correct.
Ooh. Fun.
I mean, it's a 600-year-old ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might have been easier just to buy a new one.
Actually, that is cheaper. 150,000 is cheaper than a new ship.
Yep. All right. I am at 505,770. We're getting back close to that 500,000. I don't like it.
Well, hopefully things go well here and we don't have to worry about it as much.
We still have the art to sell.
And a whole bunch of ship grade metals.
Mm-hmm.
And
I thought you
Jai.
sold those.
All right. Let's see.
Wait, did you say and Jai to sell Jai?
What? Huh?
Huh?
You should charge a good price.
I've
Also,
never
how
said
many?
it.
How much are rogue psychics? Just out of curiosity.
God.
Probably a lot more.
Also, Zoe, worth 2 millions.
Yeah, and sentient androids, how much do they go for? I'm pretty sure, you know.
No, they just get destroyed, so
Oh.
don't think they'll get
Well,
anything out of that.
Yeah, but there's
Very
bounties,
valuable.
surely.
Very
and
valuable.
and I assume we could sell it to an unscrupulous person for a decent coin.
How much the Raza itself
Wait.
would sell for?
Oh, a lot.
Wait, did someone just say that the android is sentient?
Yeah, it's
Oops.
they're sentient, but
Is she? I mean,
well, we don't care.
is Twitch? Switch? Switch.
I think Switch is a standard android.
So yeah, Switch is just an android.
All right.
So is the android?
God damn it.
Okay.
Wow, I think the android has a few bugs.
All right.
I'm willing to agree with the android just to make it think that we're going along with its terrible charade.
All right. Now that what I wanted to ask people was, do we actually want to try doing this stealthily somehow? I don't see how that's even plausible. So I kind of think we should probably just announce our presence.
So here's
Eh,
the
I mean,
problem.
out of character, I don't care. I see the android cares.
So how long has it been since I passed through here? Nemesis, that is.
Well, I think you passed through on your way to SOS, and how long were you on SOS for?
I don't recall that we ever specified. Probably not like super long, but maybe like a month.
Okay.
So I would just like to point out the one problem that I see with your plan to just announce us. I have no way of proving I'm Zoe, and I'm traveling with a famed geneticist.
Well, famed,
wanted.
infamous, one of the yeah.
Yeah. In other words, they're not going to believe a genetic scan. I look like Zoe, and I don't act like her. I don't know anything about her. I have some vague knowledge of boxes. Like,
You might act like her. We don't know.
yeah, I might act like her.
No, you've been
No.
told you're less bitchy.
Yeah.
Which is amazing because I am still very bitchy.
Yeah, it was a surprise to the rest of us too. Yeah, that is a concern. I have no idea how we'd if they're skeptical because of me, I have no idea how we'd prove otherwise. But
Actually, I'm sorry, but out of character, shouldn't your character know, since it's a tech level 5 planet, whether there's a way to verify 100% that a person is not cloned?
well, it's not just cloned, but yeah.
Well, see, clones
Actually,
don't have belly buttons.
Actually, yeah.
It's the third nipple gives them away.
That.
I mean, it
yes,
would fail
yes,
at something
Lulu.
as simple as, what's your security question?
Yes, Lulu. What are you trying to ask?
Would there be a way to actually verify that Zoe is who she says she is?
What's your mother's maiden name? I have a mother?
The genetic ID is really the best identification that exists at the moment. Yes, it can be spoofed by advanced genetic work. And yes, Jai might be thought to be capable of that. Probably is, maybe.
Also, he's thought of as a terrorist, so that doesn't exactly help.
That too.
That's fine.
It's not commonplace though.
The problem with announcing ourselves, I feel like, is I will be like, "Yes, I'm Zoe LaRue," and they'll squirrel me away and throw you all in jail.
Yeah. So, all right. Here's the question then: how do we get up to talk to them?
If the fighter's ready, you could just take that. That thing is unknown. Also,
right.
Scanning for the atmospheric fitting is trickier than you think, because they would need to know that the Raza has that, because they would have to specifically look for that, and that's psychological thing. A cruiser doesn't have it.
That doesn't actually get us anywhere, because we need to get to
the planet.
We need to get to the frickin'
house.
Giant palace, which is probably garden, in which I can't imagine they just let people in.
Kidnap a
You
ship.
could sneak into that, but that has nothing to do with anything of announcing. Once you're in the city, you could try other things. As that simple as, hey, call dad. Once you're in range of the planetary net, or call mom.
Is the whole problem the Raza itself?
Sure, my mom is dead.
No,
the problem is that we're all wanted criminals.
Well, the problem is we don't know if they'll recognize Zoe, and we don't know what they'll do to the rest of us.
I mean, I'm kind of wanted too, but
we could send those of us that aren't specifically wanted out on a a grocery shopping list.
Yeah, it's not that hard to sneak into the city, if necessary.
All right, but to do what?
Aren't we just going to buy stuff?
No.
A lot of us would
What?
I
shop.
wanted to do cyberware there.
Also, Jai
Yeah.
has this plan that he keeps hinting at, and I don't think he's fully explained to the rest of us.
That sounds
What?
like a personal problem.
Your idea that somehow my dad is gonna help us do something. Like, can you expand?
Okay, look. You are a princess. Your father clearly is interested in getting you back. I believe we could probably parlay that into getting support for our own both to recover what you and I may have had on this planet since we are both from here, as well as to potentially gain resources for our own investigation of two, or at least one, possibly two, extremely, well, two large planets that we need to do archaeological digs on based on our one other lead that we have, which we would need to determine exactly how we were memory wiped and recover that memory.
Yeah, because we got alien mind swiped. That's right. I remember now.
Right. And I'm just saying your family would have a lot of resources at their disposal. And if we can get them to help us, we might be golden on that account. Whereas if we don't, we are flying more or less in the dark.
Right. So the plan is talk to my dad and get him to help us do the memory restore.
Hopefully.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't actually think we need well,
I think that does circle back around to Lulu and slash Jai's intent or desire to announce.
Yeah. I see. I just don't think like announcing to everybody seems like a bad idea.
I mean, I was just going to say call the freaking whatever they have for the Starpoint maintenance, have them patch us through if we can persuade them to do so. Based on you being there.
Well, I would still suggest the Marauder for that, because unknown ship, you can do things, and let's not tell them that you have another ship on standby to make a quick escape.
I'm not sure I'm following.
Basically, you can tell them that Zoe is here without saying who she's with or what ship she's on. By using a nice unknown ship, where you could arrange a meeting, even a landing somewhere, and you keep the Raza as a joker. In case something goes terribly, terribly, terribly wrong.
And what would the Raza do in that situation?
Anything from shooting things up, swooping in, or basically just run interference to create a diversion.
Yeah. I mean, I'd prefer laying the cards on the table because I feel that might give us an advantage in negotiating if they know we're all here. But Zoe, this is your thing, I guess. This is your, well, we're using you for this.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
I could make initial contact, but I'll rig up some kind of tracker. So if they look, if I'm down there for more than 10 hours, you come and get me.
There's about
Perhaps
a
if I were to
95%.
accompany her, I could look like Switch.
Wait, do you have some sort of camouflage thing? I can't remember.
Yes, it is called makeup and clothing.
Whatever. Yeah, fine. Take the android with you. Charlie, Nemesis, between the two of you, which one of you is the least criminal?
Well, I would argue I'm not criminal at all.
Maybe we should ask differently who's the most capable and
Yes.
expendable.
'Cause I was
No,
not-
I meant more which of you is the least likely to be arrested on site?
I mean, I guess the question: how difficult would it be for me to pass down there without getting found? I don't know.
Well, does she still have the red hair, or sorry, does she still have the black hair, or did she get back to red?
I did go back to a different type of red.
Okay.
It's slightly different, but it is red. I like the red right now, but I guess I have some other colors now I can go to.
Those of you that are familiar with March know that they do have good genetic ID scanning tech. The cops, unironically called Larrys, on Lamiera, are they have basically hand scanners that can do quick scans. There are some roads, paths, portals, entry points, etc., that have that just are equipped with genetic ID scans. There's a small brisk trade among urchins to help people navigate around those when they want to. But going down there as a person who has some kind of criminal record or genetic ID on file down there is likely to get pinged.
Okay.
Unless you're very careful.
And do both of you have those?
I think everybody does.
I'm definitely wanted.
I don't think Charlie had anything for Lamiera.
I think
Did you?
no. At the end of my own incident on her hair,
Oh yeah.
I had literally immediately fucked off to the other side of the galaxy.
Yes.
All right. Perfect. Charlie, you're going down with Zoe and the android. Do you want Switch to or Twitch Switch?
Switch.
Do you want them too?
Yes. Or
She's
I do
not-
at least.
Not really
You
a
want-
fighting robot.
All right. We'll keep them up here to keep doing repairs on the ship just in case. For the time being, your first goal here should be to make sure the rest of us are secure to come down, if possible. Make sure, well, ideally after you've ascertained whether asking in the first place is acceptable without revealing us.
Yeah.
Beyond that, just don't fuck up. Don't get
Groovy.
Don't get thrown into what is effectively a royal prison.
It's
Don't
called
get
a
Tower.
palace.
Yeah, don't get Tower of London. Got it.
Yeah. I don't know what London. Wait, do I know what London is?
Look, we're speaking British English. I assume we get to use the British colloquialisms.
That is true.
That's fine, yeah.
All right. Cool. So let's fly down and give him the old. Hey, I'm Zoe LaRue. Take me to my father.
Right, get out, please.
I'll even do finger guns.
All
Wait,
right.
they
So
don't
the
really-
Daddy
All right,
Mobile.
I'm going to go do actual work now.
So it
Ah.
is just Zoe, Android, and Charlie.
Mhm.
Okay.
I assume you're taking the fighter down.
Yep.
And Nick, yes.
First we park the ship in the Pontotoner Cloud.
Okay. Nick, Android did have a during the maintenance. Android was able to. Well, it wasn't even an Android was able to. The maintenance made it so that Android can interface with or interlink with the ship.
I thought we did that back in the system while the rest of them salvaged, because otherwise we would have had no way of moving the fighter into our bay.
I decided to handwave that. The maintenance did need to be done before that interlink was possible. You guys got the ship in some way. You used rocket jets for all I care.
We pushed it hand over hand.
Used jump boots. Or
we tied a rope to it and made Android pull.
Oh yeah, just use the winch that's in the cargo bay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then you secured it in the cargo bay until it was. Oh Jesus, you couldn't have done that. You had way too much shit in there.
Nope.
You used a winch that's in the fighter bay.
Fighter bay. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, a Vision, were you saying something?
Yeah, but I can also write it down.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Wait, what are you going to do?
He's writing.
Write things down.
Yeah. I assume that means
what you
he's
made him do.
doing something that he didn't want to interrupt the active group with.
Oh, I thought he was saying he was going to ride down with Zoe.
He might be in a cargo container. We don't know. We didn't check on him. Do you know where Walter is?
No, you think I pay attention to where Walter goes?
No, that's exactly it. But yes, we parked the Raza in basically the cloud.
Okay.
And someone tell Nemesis to be on duty instead of playing.
Yeah, it's definitely good to remind me.
I mean, this system probably has a killer Delta Rain server.
Oh, yeah, it's probably like the central hub.
Yeah, we hide and everything, and how did we get discovered? User logged on.
No, but see, that's why I started. No, I started a new account and everything. Not my original account.
But then he transferred all the gold from his old account.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, she.
All right. Meowkin, go ahead and give me a program check. Int program.
Sure.
Oh, jeez.
Where are you, program? There we are. I assume this is not hacking.
That's correct. Okay. You guys are with the emissions dampers. I'm changing things a little bit, so I'm going to hand wave through the rules that I changed. It only takes you the 16 hours normal to get there. Why did I say drill as the March? And the Raza is successfully hidden within the noisy cloud gases in space. It is not perfect invisibility, but it is pretty good. Basically, harmless gases that add noise to sensors, making it more difficult to detect ships. And yes, Nemesis needs a translator for Walter. Nemesis can call switchover to do translations if needed.
Alright, we'll do that. We won't bother the android.
Are you sure? Are you sure we didn't reprogram Switch to speak only Spanish now?
Actually, it is a good question. What language does the android speak? What language does Switch speak?
British English, usually. I'm sorry, but that's the language I speak. What do you want from me?
Yep. Okay. Never mind. Switch doesn't help.
I bring over Switch anyways, and I realize, oh wait, Switch doesn't understand space or English either.
I do think that all androids would have Spacer as a base as well, though. So.
Well,
It makes sense, especially if you're
It-
buying them to work on a ship. You know.
yeah. Now, I'd say if you had like a personal service android down on Lamiera, they might not bother.
You're right. You're right about that. And actually, it would make more sense for Xiao Wu, but Spacer is the common lowbrow tongue of space. So, yes, Switch speaks British, English, and Spacer. So Switch can translate.
I mean, Water also knows the basics of Xiaowu, so
Do we have to set up a chain of translators?
Yeah. Great.
Let's go with Switch translating your conversation down there. All right, on the Marauder, Zoe, Android, and Charlie are preparing for the Marauder's first flight since being dusted off and fixed up.
Instead of Flight of the Bumblebee, we're playing Flight of the Marauder.
Sure.
That thing's going to explode like 5 seconds after it gets outside of the hangar.
Well, you guys were supposed to close the windows before leaving the hangar.
I mean, in all fairness, if it does, it will be hilarious because we have nobody left with pilot on the ship.
It'll be fine.
It does not explode. And
So before we leave,
mm-hmm.
I am definitely wearing the jacket now.
Oh, Android.
Gotta have pockets for all my shit.
It looks familiar.
All right.
Watch it be Cassian's jacket.
It's gonna be somebody's jacket.
All right. Familiar in what way? Trigger anything?
It's hard to say exactly.
God, is Captain Mom about to become more real than we thought?
It seems to trigger at this would most likely be aimed at Zoe. Zoe seems more ownery.
Yikes.
Yikes, indeed.
Yikes.
And although Android can't remember the jacket, she doesn't have those. She lost her memories too. You know that. It does seem like it may be the jacket that triggered that. That's why Zoe is triggering something in her synthetic brain that says, "Oh hey, there's my owner."
All right. So if I take the other object I have from my owner and put it into Zoe, maybe she becomes the owner.
Please don't stab me. Please don't stab me.
Oh no! It is a pistol. With
please
bullets.
don't shoot me either. Yeah, don't shoot me either.
Putting it all together, one bullet at a time.
Yeah, that's starting to complete more of the non-visual picture.
All right. Well, in that case, Zoe will find herself uncomfortably stared at the entire time.
That's fair.
Does Zoe ask her why she was just given a gun?
Wait, you gave me a gun?
No.
Oh.
Okay. Joking. I did not take the gun and just shoot Zoe, which was the implied joke there. Putting all the pieces together.
So why don't you describe what Android actually does with the gun and the jacket and Zoe?
The android doesn't do anything with the gun. The android.
Oh well, then never mind then.
The android is just staring at Zoe, which is something the android normally doesn't do.
Okay, then yeah, there's no connection between gun and Zoe and owner. Then, if the android's not actually presenting the gun and having Zoe handle it in any way.
Okay. So
The
yeah,
android is not stupid. Zoe is
see her
not
stare.
the owner.
I see her staring at me. I'm like, yeah, you like it? And I do that thing where you like pop the collar.
I recognize it.
Zoe looks a little worried. Oh yeah, great. Okay, well let's go flying.
Oh no, the ship is flying while the android is staring at Zoe. The entire time.
Great.
Well, that's creepy. Android, can you please turn around?
I could. But the jacket is important. I remember the jacket.
I take off the jacket and put it on top of her head. Like she's a jacket or a hat rest. I just throw it on her. Coat rack.
Oh, I thought you were treating her like she's a frickin' parakeet or something.
No, I am.
That's fine.
But I didn't describe it correctly.
That's all right. The android will just take it and put it away.
You can stare at it from up close. Creepazoid.
Well, yeah, she would actually start basically running her hands over it and studying it.
There's some affection towards that jacket.
Underneath the jacket, you can tell that Zoe is wearing a secure armor clothing, but it has pink frills, which she's not thrilled about.
Oh, that's fine. The android knows it wouldn't protect her from her, so no worries.
She walks back over and she grabs something out of the pockets of the jacket, though.
What is it?
Wouldn't you like to know? Puts it in her
See,
pocket.
oh, the android is right there? Yes.
It feels like there's some unnecessary tension being created.
Well, it's the question. The android is looking what's being taken out of the pocket.
Okay. What's your name? Xander. I remembered your name. Go ahead and just PM to me what was in the pocket.
Oh no, I don't. It is the picture of her family that she got in the first.
Okay.
The first box. Second box? First box. I think it was the first loot box on Stet.
I can't remember.
Pretty sure it was Stet, right? Because that was the one that had the $1 million, the gun, and
yeah,
the
that's a
picture of
Stet
the
one.
family.
Are you
No.
sure?
The picture of the family was with the key. That's right.
Yeah,
So
that was on SOS.
No.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And it was actually the cred cube with the pictures of family. So the picture was on the cred cube.
Gotcha. Then she's bringing the cred cube?
Okay.
I just wrote down picture of family, so let me just add that it is also a cred cube.
Oh
Yeah,
god, it's one of those personalized credit cards.
It is.
Look, it says something about my family that the only picture I have of them is on a money device. Ugh.
On approach to well, are you aiming for the city?
Yes.
For House Lurker?
Head on.
Yeah.
Full speed.
Okay.
On collision with the city.
I mean, I would do the usual. Where's the landing zone? Talk to the people. Get permission.
Right. So you perform the standard starport authorization. You are asked who is on the ship and who is landing with you. Basically, who are you?
I wanted to do this in person, but I'll do it through the air. Actually, no. Wait. This is broadcasting.
Let me also point to Charlie. That information is not actually required to be provided.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. So what? Like 2 individuals and a
Helper android? I don't know.
yeah. Like we give them basic information, but not like specific.
Okay. Ship android is fine too.
Yeah, that works.
All right. You're cleared and authorized for landing.
Cool. I do so. Well, Android does
the
so.
android does.
Mm-hmm. And as you're descending to the planet, no, I guess you wouldn't see this right away. Not like the Marauder is made of glass. Unfortunate, but it's not.
It has a viewport.
It does have a viewport, and this is something that you'd see even in the sky, even to the side of you, the sides and front. Just you can't see directly up. So the
Dex, can I ask you a question?
yes.
Who builds a fighter that has limited visibility?
Um.
People
Well,
who fly by navigation instruments.
Yeah, I mean, it's called a camera on the outside and a view screen on the inside. Like this isn't complicated.
All right, that's fair. I didn't even think about the view screen.
Like we're not flying a World War I airplane here. Let's.
No, you're flying a World War I submarine. Is what you're flying.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get the sonar going. Like, come on.
Up periscope.
Dex, I want a fleet of space biplanes.
High tech handcart.
Where's my Sopwiths?
If you want space biplanes, then go play Starfinder.
I want regular biplanes. Go play Flying
I'm more of a Spelljammer sort of person.
Oh.
God, yep.
I'm glad I didn't know that when we invited you to the group. So that the halo of light, that's what the Pons-Turner cloud is actually called in the March system. A halo of light is a gaseous cloud that is completely encircles the orbit of Lamiera. Lamiera just passes through it, and as you're descending down onto the planet, you can see the halo of light in the sky above Lamiera. It paints the sky a subtly scintillating blue, like the March sun was shining through a gossamer veil, blowing gently on the breeze. It's like there's an oil painting up there, except prettier. You have arrived on the trade hub capital of the sector.
And here I am with nothing to trade.
That's not true.
I mean, I didn't bring anything in the fighter, did I?
No. I would like to point out, Zoe, that you can trade your body.
I'm 17.
No, you're 18 now.
No, you're not.
No,
you had a birthday.
Yep, that's right.
You can trade your body to your parents.
That makes
For
it even worse.
$2 million.
Oh, God.
If they pay enough, it doesn't matter who it is.
Oh, God. All right.
Okay.
Well, that was a fun conversation. Let's move on.
You land at the starport. And the ship is checked in.
Is there customs or?
Yeah, you're asked if you have anything to declare. You're of course asked if you have any weapons on you.
Yep.
Okay.
I do.
You're sent to another line, leaving your dock at the starport, and basically sent to asked to proceed through a scanner.
I mean, okay, that's fine.
This is not a genetic ID scanner.
Yeah, I mean, I would have just been like, yeah, it's right here. Like,
Okay.
if they want to send me through a scanner also, that's fine. But I wouldn't have been like, no, you can't look at my gun.
Nope, they do.
As a matter of fact, I probably would have been like, its name is Charlotte. It's got this cool little flip up thing right here, and it'll only fire if I specifically say the secret word.
That's
That's
all.
how she got the psych eval right then and there.
Most of that is bullshit. It's just a normal laser pistol.
Okay. Does anybody else have weapons on them?
Yes.
Uh,
Mine is just a knife, so.
Walter does.
The android has the pistol.
Okay.
What are you talking about? The android has these 2 guns right here.
We can't actually see the, your posturing. You know that,
Well,
right?
I know that, but you can see it in your mind's eye.
Sadly, I can.
You knew exactly what he was talking about.
And for some reason, it looks like a seal.
Even better.
You still haven't been asked to submit to a genetic ID scan.
Cool. Do I have to, like, bribe them to get my guns through or anything?
No.
Cool.
No, you don't. You were welcomed to march and instructed not to make a mess, don't litter, don't cause any noise violations, and then, after telling you basically don't be messy, they say don't break any other laws.
Yeah.
They didn't actually say don't murder people.
Is murdering people not a law?
Oh, it totally is, but the focus
it's only-
is on keeping things clean.
I thought we had a loophole.
I mean, it's more of a guideline than an actual rule.
Well, it's not murder if it's not illegal. Like murder is specifically illegal, you know.
Anyway,
Our only law is don't commit crime.
No, it's don't litter.
Yes. Yeah, they're more concerned about you not making a mess than they are about other things. Now, one could argue that the other things are common sense, but they are specifically calling out, don't make a mess.
What if you kill a messy person that's littering?
You guys actually got a news bulletin about that some time ago.
If you do it cleanly, I mean.
yeah, as long as you pick
community service hours.
Yeah, as long as you pick up the person after you kill them, so that you are not littering.
Right, make sure you don't leave any blood anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That will actually make it a lesser crime.
Climb.
Climb, yeah. I was hoping nobody caught that. You're a bastard.
I'm sorry. I catch my own more often than I catch other people, so.
No, I heard it as soon as I said it, and I was just like, I'm not correcting myself this time. Maybe nobody heard it.
Oh, I heard it. I just didn't want to point it out to you.
You didn't want to make me cry. I get it. I see where you stand, Xander.
Look, I'm here for the entertainment value.
Yeah.
The following broadcast is not suitable for musicians of handmade music and children under 3 years of age. The end is coming, Xander. This hurts you.
Right.
Oh, please tell me that only played for me.
No, it played for everybody.
Oh, okay.
What are you talking about? I didn't hear anything.
Yeah. Oh, all right, there we go.
Does Roll20 support that? Because that would be amazing. Just make you basically gaslight one of your players.
Oh, that would be a nice support. Just play a track for one player, and it's like, this is epic music. This is sad, dude.
Yeah, it's like one guy's like hearing the epic music playing, and everybody else is like, "Oh man, we feel real bad about these bandits or whatever." The other guy's like, "Yeah, let's kill them all."
Just one person's track has a bunch of jump scares thrown in.
Oh God. But yeah, yes, I made that track after you mocked Richard in that one song.
What one song?
I posted a song in music, and you didn't like how preachy the talkover
Oh,
was.
yeah. Oh god, yeah. No, the actual like song part was good, but then over top it was like, oh, humans are bad. Blah. It's like, yeah, no shit. All right, let's move it along. Stop talking over the music. All right, I give the customs guys finger guns, and I take off.
Okay. You're in House LaRue on Lamiera. Charlie, you know that House LaRue hosts the called a Grand Market or Great Market, one or the other.
The super duper neat market.
Nope, that's too many syllables. It's the Grand Market of March. It is a multi-layered virtual marketplace built in March with buy-in from vendors and everybody else. And it. Oh, sorry, I should probably read the rest of that sentence. Built in March with buy-in from vendors, couriers, cargo transports, warehouses, and pilots in every major city across Lamiera. Vendors install cameras displaying their product and don VR lenses. While the vendor is online, any visitor at the Grand Market can virtually enter the designated shopping area and interact with them. So, if you've watched Valerian, it's I think it's actually called Grand Market there too, or Great Market, or Big Market, or something.
I thought it was just called the market.
I thought it had an adjective, but anyways, it's the virtual marketplace. People at the market, physically at the market in House LaRue, walk around. They're able to access different levels and different layouts of where shops are. It's all very cleverly designed so that people aren't walking into each other.
Big market.
Big market. That's right. It was some like grand big adjective that wasn't really all that grand of an adjective. And that's one of the things that makes House LaRue the premier trade of all the other cities. All the other cities are more specialized in what they do, but House LaRue
Does everything.
Everything, yes.
Cool. I want to go to the marketplace of ideas.
The marketplace of ideas. Yeah, it probably exists. But where are you guys?
I wanna cut the Gordian knot. I wanna go home.
Okay. You start making your way to the palace. It's gonna be a long walk, so do you get a cab?
Yes.
Okay. Your cabbie is
paying for it.
Your cabbie is not in the car. It is driving itself.
Okay.
It is, however, willing to have a pleasant conversation with you if you'd like to talk to the car.
I sit in the front seat, but I don't talk to it.
Okay. All right.
And I like do that thing where you're like rubbing your knees and like rocking back and forth because you're fucking nervous.
Very soon, you arrive as far as the cab is able to take you. In front of a grand mansion. You're actually well outside the walls of this mansion.
Yeah.
There's a nice garden area, loop-de-loop circle that goes up in front of the gate. And the cab instructs you that it is not allowed to proceed any nearer to the House LaRue city center. or mansion.
Cool. I get out.
Okay.
Do they recognize you immediately?
Well, there are guards outside the gate. The gate is closed, and you've got about 20 meters that you'll have to walk up towards them. As you're getting out of the car, one of the guards is approaching you from his side.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that there are other guards on the other side of the gate. Do you have?
I look.
Go ahead.
I look at the guard and I say, "Hey, is my dad home?"
He slows his approach, narrows his eyes, looking at you.
I smile and give him finger guns.
He's got a gun shooter.
I was gonna say, fast, rapid motion in front of armed guns. That's gonna go down well.
It's fine. These are. This is a nice planet, and Zoe is part of the ruling majority, so they're not gonna kill her.
He looks. He's squinting his eyes. Young Miss LaRue?
Yep.
Yes, Mr. LaRue is in.
Cool. Can I go see him?
I'll have a car brought right up. And he hustles back to his post.
I can only imagine what he's thinking at how casual that was.
I walk over to the wall and I just sort of lean against it, like, yeah, okay, I can wait.
He is making a quick call on the intercom there, and within 2 minutes, there's a car approaching the gate. The gate has already opened for you before that.
Oh, then I go on the inside and lean against the inside of the wall.
Okay. Charlie and Android.
Oh, the android is basically one step behind Zoe the entire time. Nice,
Ditto.
stimuli, friendly. Just like any android would. Should have brought a sign. Insert the 2 million right here.
I don't think we're getting paid for this.
We should be. He offered 2 million.
I should probably move you guys.
I think he's given 2 million to Zoe.
Yeah, that's the part I was like.
But nobody says he's supposed to give it to Zoe.
He's not giving it to Android. Wait, Charlie's there.
Yes, Charlie is
I am
there.
in fact here. Hello.
Charlie, you got 2
Hi.
million credits probably.
Oh boy, I can't wait. More credits to split up.
Oh yeah,
Oh no, that's
right.
okay. We leave Zoe. That's 50% more for everybody.
Yeah, now that you've gotten all the maintenance done, you don't need me anymore.
Oh no, you catch on to that fact.
Huh.
And now you know my real plan.
Yep.
Huh.
Of course, then you make an enemy of Zoe LaRue.
Wait,
I joined the solo game, and I hunt you down and kill you
Hold
all.
on. We haven't done that already?
No?
Oh. Well, now I feel bad.
Look, like, mostly she's just been screwing with you because she's...
Yeah, I know. We still have the freaking whole fake name thing painted on my old room.
Yep.
It's there whenever I pass by. It's literally impossible to remove.
Yep. Which
Far
makes
does
me
2 million credits go.
Which, yeah, I mean, with 2 million credits, you can always just buy a new door.
No, now I'm feeling this nostalgic. I'm just gonna leave it.
I mean, if Jai had a sense of humor, he would have guessed Zoe and attached like a third eye or an ear or something like that. That would be hilarious when she wakes up.
Has the scene changed for you?
Maybe.
Are we
I don't
looking
know. I
at
have
I
so
might
many.
see the planet.
Okay.
I have so many notes open. I can't see anything.
It's very Aura E.
Yes, that's the halo of light.
Blue. So, and you said the planet orbits through that? Like, does that not screw things up?
No, the how did I describe it last time?
The photosphere protects it or something? The magnetic field stops all that shit from interacting?
Yeah, diverted harmlessly by the planet's magnetosphere, the gaseous ring
There we
roils
go.
most turbulently in the planet's wake, arousing.
Gotcha.
Well, maybe arousing is not the right word, but arousing residents and visitors with a sunrise like oil swirling on water.
Nice. But the
Uh,
sun would never rise in the wake. Right? Orbital mechanics.
This
No, I
entire
guess they
planet
would.
is covered
Yeah.
in Clouds.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on which way it's spinning. Yeah, okay.
yeah. The cloud does create a kind of daytime all the time effect, though.
Because it's bright. Lots of light reflects off of it.
Yeah, the planet nighttime darkens, but not by much. Sunlight bouncing off the halo of light bathes the dark side of Lamiera with a quarter of the luminosity of daytime.
Oh yeah, so it's like a full moon.
Yeah.
But not like the
It's the
world
city
is
that
burning.
isn't allowed to sleep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Maybe a little bit brighter than our full moon, but that's a good reference. The car drives up, and a guess is a servant very quickly gets out of the driver's seat and opens the door for all of you.
I wave at the guard. Thanks. And I get in.
Have a great day, Miss LaRue. Zoe can practically hear them already beginning to gossip as soon as she turns her back.
Oh hell yeah. We didn't want to keep this a secret, did we?
I mean, no. This is perfectly fine.
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen?
I get lobotomized and turned into some sort of baby-making factory. You are disassembled for parts. The Raza is taken over by the corporations and used as some sort of promotional tool. Should I go
I'm
on?
fine with the first one. No, I'm fine with the first one though.
Wow. Fucking rude.
The driver takes you quickly but safely from the gate along Inner Gate Road. There is actually quite a bit of land. It looks like a nicely cultivated garden, a lot of grass, as well as some designs and flowers, and an indirect and kind of almost scenic in that it has curves. It doesn't necessarily need to have road going up to the front of the house. As you drive up to the massive doors of this massive mansion, doors opening, and a well-built, incredibly well-built man with red hair, in a balding widow's peak, and dressed nicely, though casual, comes out the door and starts making his way down the stairs.
Yep. Do I recognize him from the picture?
Yes, you do.
Also, when you say well built,
I mean, this dude looks like a boxer.
Looks like he wrestled a bro. Come on.
That's fine. I just wanted to clarify in an age where you can build people.
He's a
or
pro
androids.
wrestler.
Yeah, you can practically see the boxing gloves hanging from his side in your mind.
Okay, so he's human. Okay, cool.
He is human. The car stops, and if you haven't already gotten out, the driver is scurrying around to open the door for you.
Yeah. So, confidence can only get you so far. She looks worried, but she gets out and kind of thanks the driver.
Well, Cassian, with a serious face, continues walking towards Zoe. Serious face falters after a few steps, and he is reaching out and calling Zoe's name.
No, uncomfortable. Zoe's gonna be like, ooh, like no, like, we're not in hugging mood right now.
Unless she squirms away from him as soon as he gets close. Is she squirming? Is she trying to avoid this?
Yeah, she's gonna be like, excuse me, Mr. LaRue, like let's make sure that this is getting off on the right foot by informing him of the distance between us, Mr. LaRue.
He falters. Zoe?
Maybe?
What do you mean?
Well, that's gonna take some explaining. Do you have somewhere we could sit down?
He doesn't seem to be taking this too well.
Yeah, I didn't think you would, but I also don't really know him, so...
He turns around and angrily shouts, "Arrest them all!"
Yep, okay. This went exactly where I thought it was going to. Shit.
Yeah, that went perfectly.
Alright, well...
All you had to do was say daddy and accept a hug.
Look, it's weird. Like, I don't want
Of course it's weird. Family, everything is weird.
I've never met the man before. I'm not gonna call him daddy.
Well, you also don't remember being arrested before and maybe tortured, so but now you get a chance. Maybe that'll be fine.
Hey, new experiences all around.
Look, it'll be fine. I asked him if we had somewhere we could talk privately, and jail seems like a good place as any.
Jail. Torture chamber under the palace.
All right, I turn to the rest of the crew. All right, do any of you know how to jump out of the system now? I think our work here is done.
Would it be too late to find a way back onto SOS?
Yeah, we had a pretty good run there. I can't lie.
All right, yeah, let's go retire to the Disney planet.
You can understand, running is my thing. I have the best run.
Yes, you do.
Well, bad news.
Is anyone trying to resist arrest?
Actually, yeah.
The android does one better. She grabs Cassian.
Cassian has walked a little bit farther away by this point. He was
Wrestle
stopped.
him.
He was stopped before he could get into hugging distance, so he's not, within arm's reach.
Okay. Then she points a gun at his face. The two works.
Well, at the back of his head.
The front of his head. Whichever.
No, he turned around. He turned around and then said, "Arrest them."
Okay. Oh, then it's the back of his head.
They're let me describe the scene. As soon as he says "arrest them all," a squadron of armed guards with laser rifles pour out of the door in front of you.
That's fine. We still have a prime hostage right there.
You do.
I stand in front of the gun because I don't think I could actually move your arm without, a lever and a very long place to put it. But I
Wow,
would
you don't
stand.
have your levers on you, Zoe?
I know.
God.
God, what was I thinking?
Hey, somebody was talking about the extendable pole earlier.
For shame.
Yeah, but that's Walter.
Yeah, it was me.
This is excessive, even for you. There are explanations that could be given. I'm now talking to dear old dad.
So, I may not have described this too well. When he walked up and was holding his arms out for a hug, he was still quite some distance away. He was trying to walk up with, the regal persona that he's created, but that cracked before he could get, right up to her. And when she paused and inserted the Mr. LaRue between them, created that doubt, you could all see a ghost of anger cross his face. He turned around. He's, let's say, 15 meters away at this point. Turned around and started walking away. And then immediately said, well, not immediately, and then said, after one step, arrest them all. Men pour out of the mansion in front of you with laser rifles at the ready. Android lifts her gun up, aims it at...
Well, if they have to pour, I think the android has at least the gun aimed. I mean, she's not planning to shoot, but that's a different story.
That's
but
fine.
If there's pouring, I think she's fast enough.
That's fine. She lifts the gun up. She can do that as soon as he says arrest them all. There are still people coming out of the building. Android is aiming it. One of the guards shouts, "Gun!"
Oh God!
Zoe
this is where I get shot. Yep.
Zoe gets in between them. Is that right?
Yep.
There are no shots fired just yet, but you don't have a whole lot of time to talk.
Yeah,
I don't
say
think
what
you
I said.
Dodge, or tank 500 shots. So.
Well, I definitely can't do it with the laser beams, so
You did say a squadron, correct?
I did say a squadron.
Okay, so it is in fact 500 people with guns.
Is a squadron defined as 500?
No. Yeah. It depends on where you are.
Well, it's not defined as 500 for me.
Okay.
Is it 12? Because that's what I think of as a squadron.
A fighter squadron is 18 to 24, but a personnel squadron is 30 to 500.
You currently see 6 men with laser rifles, and you hear more inside.
You can dodge 6.
I think you might be thinking of a squad.
I might be thinking of a squad, yeah. That's fine.
Well, hopefully they don't shoot at their dad's prize baby.
Well, obviously you're not.
Look,
you should have fucked.
Just because he told them to arrest us doesn't mean that he wants them to shoot at us.
Let me take this out of character for just a second now that the scene has been clarified. If Android wants to shoot before Zoe gets in the way, Android will almost certainly hit Cassian. You're not quite on target, but
the android does not want to shoot. That's not. He was going to say something. It was just there seemed to be an emotional appeal from the peanut gallery.
Okay, so you've got 6 seconds to do something before there are shots fired. Why don't you guys take a second out of character so that the time in character is more well understood by everyone.
Okay, I mean, to make it absolutely clear, the android's purpose here is she has just taken a hostage. when they feel it's reasonable even to soldiers that they might not be able to drop the android or any android before the android basically plugs the employer. But the android was just going to say something. He's not basically just drawing and pulling the trigger. This is hostage taking.
I'm not really keen on the idea of going to any kind of jail for any length of time.
And now you won't have to. If this goes wrong, you die.
Well, let me answer Vision's question real quick. If you guys are using... God, how did I set this up?
No, I specifically said that I had a thing so they could keep track of us.
Okay. Cool.
I don't know what that exactly is, but...
As far as the comm channel, the ship comm server, I don't believe it... Yeah, regular comm servers can't make it all the way planet side. You would need to be using the planet's comm grid, in which case you could have an open comm channel, but Charlie and Nemesis both know that Lami Era is intensely control freak about data. They are very, very good at scrubbing their interwebs of information that they do not want people to have.
Okay.
So
I can't even like have it programmed to send out a text every minute that gives the GPS coordinates or something like that. Like
you could do that. You could
until the device is discovered.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, or they jam us or whatever, but
yeah.
They would have to be specifically looking for that specific thing. So I assume that they know where we are right now.
Yeah, and you can. The location data is fine. It was just the open comm channel that I want to stress. You would be using city comm grid for that.
Wasn't the range of the comm server 300 kilometers?
Not ours. Ours was 100.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I thought it was even shorter than that.
Either way, it wouldn't reach the Raza.
Yeah, definitely not.
Oh, 300 kilometers? How high up is their orbit again?
Aren't we in like a different... Aren't you guys in like a moon or something?
No, we're in the cloud, but
oh, right.
Is...
Right, you guys took the fighter in. Right, you're right. We're not even in orbit.
Nope.
Yeah. Y'all are hella gone.
So, quick cutaway for the Delta Rain episode, and then... It's kind of like the beach episode, except for pixelated.
See, what I really need is some way to scan all of my hacking internet stuff as taking place in Delta Rain. I feel for any like sci-fi involving hacking, where it gets some great stuff. Whereas they get the visual representation is really whatever you want it to be.
So, are we clear on what is going on out of character here?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay.
All right, so let's recap. They're getting arrested. Zoe's trying to angle for a conversation. Android's pointing a gun at the back of the back of Zoe's dad's head, and except Zoe stepped in the way of that. And then Charlie is...
I have kicked on telekinetic armory, but there's not much else that I can do here. I see that Android has plucked a gun out, and I have decided to surrender.
All right, probably the smart move. And the rest of us are all chilling in orbit with no idea of what's going on. Or not in orbit. We are way out.
Hey, look.
Epic
music.
Yep. Stop watching.
With the out of character knowledge that these guys may very well be built like warriors, I can't even dodge them.
I won't typically give warrior specials or PC specials to regular guards.
In which case, we took a car from the gate to here. I'd have to dodge so many fucking shots. An AC of
Yes.
23 won't
I'd
last me
assume
long
they're
enough to run away.
I'd assume they're probably martial humans.
At the very least. All right, so let's go back in character. Zoe says something to Android. The guards are shouting, "Gun! Put the weapons down! Down on the ground!" What is Zoe saying to Android, and what is Android trying to say over the ladder of all this?
I don't think that there was a specific thing that Zoe wanted to say, other than like a more general "what the fuck," because this seems like an excessive, like, doesn't seem like a smart move. So, what the fuck? And then when she turned to Dad and said that this could be handled with a conversation.
Okay, and what is Android doing?
No, she's just basically reinforcing that. There is no need for violence. She can explain. She just wishes to talk.
Does Android still have the gun out?
Violence. Yep, violence would be very regrettable. I am very fast.
Okay. LaRue, Cassian raises his hand, and you're not fired upon just yet. Turns around. It's visible that he's angry.
I think it's visible that Zoe is angry at this point too. Like, what the
android
fuck?
looks absolutely calm and self-assured.
Well, we about to have a family fight.
And at how close that gun is to Zoe, he now looks very worried. He's angry and worried.
So he's not going to execute you.
Put the gun down.
You first. Like, what the? This is an extreme overreaction. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Zoe saying that to Android or LaRue?
Yeah. Everybody.
Takes a step forward. You come to my house, claim to be my daughter, looking like my daughter, but you're not?
I ain't claim shit.
He did claim it to get in.
She has lost her
no.
memory. She can explain.
I think if you rewind, you'll see that I did not.
Yeah, she actually didn't.
Oh.
I very specifically finger gunned and winked.
It was a live omission, though.
Yeah, definitely.
So where is Android's gun pointed now if Zoe's... and how is she compensating for Zoe being in the way?
I'm not entirely sure she has to. I think she's actually taller than Zoe.
Yeah, Zoe's pretty short.
Okay.
And I feel it's safe to say Zoe can't really move the android even if she tried.
No, probably not.
I can walk up the steps, I guess. I don't know.
Nope, the android still has the gun. Playing it, basically. Cassian. Still smiling. Still being completely reasonable. Not making any moves or twitches.
Completely reasonable? Completely reasonable.
Extremely reasonable.
So
she doesn't look twitchy, agitated, or any other human emotion you can
that probably
basically apply to the situation.
Make it better.
But the android said she has lost her memory, she can explain.
I think we should call this a session.
Okay, yeah, alright. Well, that's a great place to stop.
I need to decide how Cassian responds to this information and the threat.
Six evens and odds. Evens, we go inside and talk. Odds, we all roll new characters.
Well, you wouldn't all have to roll new characters. Just half of you.
Just a question. In case we are going to have a rescuing mission, may I use my shoot skill to crash land the ship on a certain point?
No. I don't know if you can do that in or I don't know if you can do that mechanically, but in character I would say no.
Oh god, that's amazing. That's the best.
I mean, technically there's a target and we're the projectile.
Oh god.
And
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying in character no.
Normally you don't have to worry about how the bullet, gracefully lands on the surface of the target.
You don't need to worry about if the bullet survives.
Oh god.
Yeah, normally you know how to operate the gun that you try to shoot someone with. If you don't know how a gun works.
Now, if only we had our spinal mounted gun working, we could probably shoot Walter out of it.
I would say that if you're throwing the ship at them, it would be a stab check because you're throwing it, and Armsman uses stab to throw things.
I mean, you're ignoring all one fact: the android can do this remotely.
Oh god, yeah, until they
I
put her in
thought
a
the
box.
signals would be blocked.
I stabbed the
No.
capital with the ship.
The signal
Bang.
would not be blocked.
Well, unless they put her in something that blocks it.
No.
What do you mean no?
Isn't it like a meta
Like
space
if they
link?
block the
Yes, meta space link.
Yeah, there's the interlink actually has. I mean, the interlink actually with this technique.
Did
routine.
you lose interlink when we accidentally turned, and I say when we accidentally turned on the white hole generator?
Yes. Well, not interlink entire.
The meta tunneling.
The tunneling, yeah.
The meta aspect.
Interesting. All right, well, that unfortunately didn't get as far as I hoped it would.
Yeah.
And I don't mean the game. I meant my breezy shtick.
You should have just hugged him.
Yeah, if you kept playing it casual, would have been fine.
I don't want to hug some guy I don't even fucking know. I don't even like hugging you people.
And because of that, you're going to prison.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
Or rather, you're about to be very, very hold through with a lot of.
I
laser
wasn't going to
shots.
be until some crazy person pulled out a fucking gun.
It's
reasonable.
Well, here's the problem with that. Technically not a person.
Yeah, fair.
It was the 2 million credit hug.
Ugh.